This is your man Malware, and I'm here with Big Bushy. You want me to call you Big Bushy? Big Bush.
That works. Everybody at the motorcycle club calls me Bushy.
Oh, that's what's on your tag?
Yeah. Everybody at work calls me Bushy.
I like the vest.
I've been called worse, you know.
Can you move the mic forward and then just like
Move it forward?
Yeah, and then show the vest, just turn around.
Sure, yeah.
And just...
You know what's going to happen when I stand up? What's going to happen is I'm going to unplug all this shit. That's what's going to happen.
You know, if you not stepping on it, look,
Yeah.
don't step on it. Okay,
Yep.
and stand up. See?
Stand up.
Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. See? Yeah. Okay. All right. Turn around.
Turn it around.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it's got a lot of meaning to it.
I see. Okay, you got to tell me about it.
All right. So let me get back down here to the mic. All right, so
Bring it forward. To you, and you could.
how's that?
Yeah, that's good.
So if you look at the back of my cut, the centerpiece of it, it's a scarab. So the club that I ride in, it's called the Journey Riding Club.
Okay.
That's why at the bottom it's in Arabic and it just says RC because it's to get people to ask questions about the club. And
That's a very like for a motorcycle club, it's usually very American.
Absolutely.
So for you to have Arabic on there,
Yeah.
that is very inclusive of you guys.
Well, so most the club was started at the end of 22 by some friends of mine that were in a separate club. At that point, I hadn't joined yet.
Yeah.
So when we did a little bit of research with this particular club, we all kind of like came to the conclusion that everybody is a little bit obsessed with the sun, the moon. So like that's why our motto is day or night we ride.
But you also have the scarab, which is
True.
Egyptian.
Absolutely.
You have Arabic and you have Egyptian also.
Yep. So the reason why we have that is because this club basically rose out of another club. It's still a current riding club, but you know there was a difference of opinion on how to do.
I just want to see.
Still current riding club.
You sound good, man.
We're sounding good?
We sound good. All right. Continue.
Okay. So the particular club I'm joining, or that I did join. I'm actually a patched in member now. Everybody, time out.
My fault. My cousin is gonna join us.
Bring him on.
I haven't seen him forever. Are you here, sir?
Is he from the old country?
He's from the old country,
Yeah,
but he
buddy.
lives in New York now.
That's cool.
So this would be a.
I'm gonna come check you now, all right?
You just leaving? You're not here.
Yeah, I'm gonna. No, I'm not here. I'm gonna...
Call me when you're here.
Okay, all right.
All right, big man. All right.
So he moved down to the city, or is he upstate?
He is in the city.
Okay.
When he comes, we could talk about
Yeah.
it. But get back to what you were saying. You got patched in.
Yeah, I got patched in a couple months ago. It was about everybody has a different amount of time it takes to get patched in. It's the time to get patched in for most riding clubs, motorcycle associations. You have to go through a probationary period. So, like for me in particular, I started riding with the guys, going to their parties, going to their events.
And hold on. When you say probationary,
Yeah,
is
that's when you're like a prospect to join the club.
Oh, and what does a prospect do when you're trying to join? When you're trying to join and someone has to bring you in, right?
Yeah, typically, you know, if you don't know somebody within the club, there's for most riding clubs and motorcycle clubs, there's a hang around period where the club gets to feel you out. You know, there's no predetermined amount of time that somebody's going to spend in this hang around period. Somebody could be a hang around for a club and then they could wash out, or they become a prospect, and then at that point they're doing like a lot of legwork for the club. Like for me, you know, I would help out with like some of the events that we've been doing. Like recently we did a ride for autism, so you know, we raised money for autistic kids.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, besides that, typically most rides that we do, most clubs, it's going to be for the benefit of somebody that's been through something, traumatic in some way or maybe life-changing, and it's our way to give back. So, like, I know a lot of times you'll see, like a row of 60 bikes or 100 bikes, and intersections will be blocked off. Sometimes there's a police escort, sometimes they're not. But a lot of these bikes that go out on rides, for the club or for events, a lot of times it's like a poker run, which I'll go over. You basically, you're raising funds for an organization or charities, correct? So like, whenever we go through these intersections and people are sitting there, waiting, we all appreciate them being patient, not trying to rush out and like mess up our ride, because it could be benefiting somebody that they love, Mm-hmm. So like the most common ride that a lot of clubs will do is a poker run. So you'll come up with a route that you're going to take. Usually it's like, 40 to 60 miles.
Yeah. And
then you'll come up with, usually, when you start, you're going to give people a card, and then when you return to the clubhouse, or when you return to the venue, that person will get a card, and then maybe you'll do like 3 stops along the way, in like some scenic areas. So whoever has the best hand ends up, winning the poker run.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times somebody like gives back, whatever they won to whatever charity that we're running it for.
That is amazing. You guys definitely are doing so much, like charity wise. Is it only for autism, or
no? That was just that particular event that we did.
But you've done more than
absolutely, yeah,
one type of charity run.
Yeah.
No, as a prospect, how long you stay as a prospect?
Well, for me in particular, it was about like a 10-month period. As far as
that's almost a year, dude.
Yeah, well, if you want to show that the club that you're serious in joining and being a member, you have to contribute to.
Is it like hazing? Do they haze you? Is it hazing?
Mild.
Mild.
They actually went kind of easy on me.
Okay. What's easy? Give me something.
Okay. Here's an example for you.
Okay.
So, one of our prospects that we have now, he joined a couple months after I did. Mm-hmm. He came. My buddy John, he came up with a fantastic idea that while you're a prospect, you have to wear a fanny pack, and it's like a way to haze people. Like a
fanny pack.
Yes. So
people wearing those out as style now. Like
it's starting to be cool again. But
at that time,
I'm 40, so it's not that cool right now.
It's never cool for me.
No. So
never will be ever again.
So John.
Yeah.
And this other guy, Monty, in my club, they have fanny packs, and they have like things like feminine care products. But like what I did for mine was I keep a cigar lighter. It has a cigar cutter built in. I usually keep 5 or 6 cigars in there.
Yeah.
I keep a flask with like a little bit of Scotch whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah, so stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, like that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So if somebody needed like a cigar, or like say like you're setting up like for a party.
Okay.
Like my president's wife, she cooks a lot for. She makes some incredible Spanish food.
Oh wow!
Every party, yeah. Nice. So a lot of times I'll help bring stuff in and out of the car. Something needs to get swept, I do that. I sold raffle tickets, like 50-50 tickets.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that you end up doing a lot as a prospect, and you still do that once you're a passion member, but it's like creating the culture of wanting to.
Nobody's pouring beer over you and telling you go clean yourself
go
up,
wash
bitch.
my bike. No, it's not like that.
Go wash my bike.
No, it's not like that.
It's not like Sons of Anarchy.
No, it's not like that. I mean, that's. Think about it. Like the main character of that show, Jax, he probably killed like 70 people. He's like a spree killer.
Dude, I tried watching it. I watched 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And because our background, I was like, this dude would be in jail so fast.
Tell me about it.
It's like he's got that plot armor.
Yeah, he's
like Batman.
He's like a heat-sinking missile. He brings a lot of attention to himself.
Yeah,
that dude would not have survived to season 2 in the real world.
In the real world, he'd be done.
Oh.
When I was watching, I said, "Mad cool."
Yeah.
It was one of those movies. Have you ever seen Drive?
Yes. Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty good.
Drive.
With Ryan, what's his name?
Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
Fucking cool ass movie.
How sad were you when that girl Christina Hendricks got smoked with the shotgun?
Dude.
That was heartbreaking because I loved her from Mad Men.
All that tits just went.
It's a waste.
It's just gone. It's just, no more tits. And she had some big ones.
Yeah.
She had some huge tits. She's
a beautiful lady.
She is like the perfect white woman.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess.
She ain't got no ass though.
I don't know.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit of ass. She still exudes that.
I got to go back and watch Mad Men again.
That sexy 50s feel.
That's because of the show Mad Men.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. She
looked incredible on that show.
She killed it in Mad Men, man. Like,
yeah.
She did a great job.
You never believe who she's married to.
Who is she, man?
She was, I think, for a long time. So you know the movie Super Troopers?
Yeah. The Indian dude? No.
No, it's way better than that. The kid in the police car that's looking in the window after he eats all the mushrooms.
No!
Swear to God.
No.
Go fact check me.
My kid's not here, so I'm slow. Dude, I type like, what's her name?
Her name's Christina Hendricks.
So with a K, right?
I believe so, yeah.
You see what I type?
Yeah, you type like an old person.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's
Typing was the best class I took in high school.
All right.
That saved me in college, man. There she is. Look at him.
yeah.
Why would I lie to you?
Let me see if it shows up on. Wait, let me see if I can make.
I mean, at least at one time he was a good dude.
Are they still together?
I don't think so. I mean, remember he was like the snozberries taste like snozberries.
Snosberry tastes like snozberry.
He's licking the windows and stuff.
I think this is her new husband now.
Oh, so she went for like a rich old white dude.
Yeah, she was like, this dude do too much drugs.
Yeah.
And he did Super Troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
That one blew my mind. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but guess what, man? Pete Davidson is out there. Stop it!
Yeah, he's doing okay for himself too.
Hey, Pete Davidson is out there. Like, if you're a A-lister chick, he's gonna fuck you.
Yeah.
There's no way he's not gonna fuck you. He's gonna find you, and they call it big dick energy. And I feel that. I understand. I have back problems.
I get it.
You should.
You got a kickstand. I get it.
You got a kickstand too. Hey man, we both walking with motorcycles here, right? No, but look at Pete Davidson, man. I'm not gonna put Kardashian because she's a whore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who won't she fuck?
I don't know. She started at the bottom. She worked her way up. Gotta give her credit there. She was with that dude Ray J for a while, and she was with the NFL player Reggie Bush, right?
Reggie Bush, yeah. She spent 2 minutes with Reggie.
And it's sad that I even know this.
No. Yeah, it's sad that I know it too.
I watched this crazy thing last night. I don't know if it was on Instagram or YouTube. Yeah. But her dad basically interfered with the investigation with the police. Like when OJ flew home, he had this Versace suitcase, and he sat it down next to Rob Kardashian Sr.
Yeah.
And the police, cuffed him, and they were interviewing him a little bit. And then there's a video of him taking this suitcase away.
You still think OJ did it? I felt like his son did it, man.
His son?
I feel like his son was a big dude. His son was very, very mad at his mom.
But what
over the whole divorce and stuff. That's why maybe the glove didn't fit.
No, but it's too personal. He almost cut her head off.
It is personal. I want you to be with my dad. You're bringing random dudes home. This fucking dude sleeping on the couch. Who is he? What's his name? You know what I mean? Like that dude.
I was like 9 when this shit happened.
Yeah, I was
10 years old.
No, don't start. I'm an old man. All right?
I think there's a chance that he did it. I mean, look at where we work.
Might.
Dude, look at where we work. How many dudes are at the prison that have taken out their wife? Employees
You're talking
included.
employees. We do have some
It's sad.
murderers. We
Yeah.
do have some murderers. Like,
Out of what, 1,600 guys, I bet you 1,100 of them killed somebody. Maybe 1,000.
yeah. But when it comes on to wives, though, mostly white guys kill wives.
Oh, yeah, we're notorious for it. That's what we do best, baby.
Family killers. Family killers. I watch a lot of true crime.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of true crime. And it's like, as soon as they cheat and they find this, another girl,
Yeah.
something goes off where they don't come ask for a divorce. They ask for I'm gonna murder you.
Yeah.
And kill the kid.
Yeah, right to the point, yeah. Like that wrestler, Chris Benoit.
Okay, all right guys, we will be right back. Okay, guys, welcome back. Oh, shit. Now we have one of our cameras is out, which is great. You know what? This is exactly how Noscript channel stream goes. You know, at least the one for the guest is working. Technical difficulties. We will be right back. Change the video capture to okay, there we go. There's cuz. Yeah. Nice. See? Look at that. Look at that. Now we have both of y'all.
Good to go.
It's good to go. All right, welcome back. The new person that you're seeing, that's my cousin that I haven't seen in how long?
Probably 20-something years.
20-something years, which is crazy. Now, I know we got Big Bush on, and we were talking about cross country.
Oh yeah.
But let's go cross to Jamaica.
That's
a little
real
bit.
cross country. Yeah.
That's real cross country. Like,
Yeah.
you want something to drink, my brother? You let me offer you. I got some Coke.
Okay, I have some Coke.
And we're gonna mix it a little bit of vodka.
Okay.
Just a little bit of vodka. All right. You like vodka?
Yeah, it's all right.
What do you think about vodka?
I generally don't mix it with Coke, but it tastes fine to me.
You just have it straight. If you wanted it straight,
Yeah,
dude.
it's fine.
If you wanted
I got this can right here. If you want, if you want to mix Coke with, I mean it's vodka, so whatever.
I got it. I'm just gonna get him a glass.
Got his own. All right, I guess this will be mine. So it took a couple hours to drive up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been here since last night though.
Oh, okay.
Came up for a funeral.
It's a bad way to come up.
Yeah, really bad way. We grew up in the same community in Jamaica. And then
Gotcha.
he died.
You should see down here on
Yeah.
New Year's Eve, dude.
Oh, yeah.
New Year's Eve, we got the disco lights going. You know.
Yeah, when I got here, I saw the lights on the front of the garage. I was like, I'm at some old Italian's house. I was like, this isn't Copeland's house. So I saw the white, the red, and the green.
Dude, we've been here 22 years.
Yeah.
I've only lived 2 addresses in my life. 4 Walkers Road, Old Harbour, and this one.
Yeah.
I'm not a guy of a lot of change.
All right.
You know what I mean?
I understand. Imagine having to pack up all this cool stuff and move it.
I'm moving upstairs. We are moving, not most of this stuff.
Yeah.
But some of this stuff is going upstairs because we're gonna change up the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I want to get like a straight desk.
Gotcha.
4 mics. 4 more of these mics.
Yeah.
So I could have panels.
Okay.
Because I work with a lot of interesting, intelligent, astonishing people.
A lot of dumb people too, but
A lot of dumb people. I didn't say I was inviting the dumb ones. That's one thing I'm not going to condone.
I got my off days.
Hey, we all got our off days. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when you've been in the profession that we've been in, because you used to be a police officer in Jamaica.
Just like you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I have to follow my older cousin.
Hold on.
Okay.
You gotta get closer to the mic. Pull in.
It's a family of police officers.
Pull in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, how's that?
All right, good.
That's good?
Yeah. We are a family of police officers in Jamaica.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a real dangerous job to be a cop down there, I'm sure. I remember you've told me a couple stories.
Dude, I laugh at the cops here when they say they're scared. You know what I mean? Like, are you scared?
Yeah.
I remember when there was a week that these gang members said, "Hey, we gonna shoot a cop every day of the week."
Right.
When we notice there is one, and they did it.
That's
Right.
true.
Yeah. When we have to act like superheroes.
Yeah.
You really have to be respected for you to wear your uniform from your home to your job.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I don't know if they do that now.
No, they had to cut that out.
We don't do that. We never did that. I worked at Mobile Reserve.
And at midnight, if you work in the overnight, I used to work in Trenchtown.
Oh, shit. I worked through Trench. Trenchtown is where Bob Marley grew up.
Yeah.
That's the government yard.
That's the guy.
So we have, at midnight, we close the station doors.
Put your mouth to the mic.
Oh, at midnight, we have to close the station doors because we can't leave it open all night because
Yeah.
gunmen might shoot at the station in the middle of the night, you know? So we have to close it.
With the chopper. I don't blame you. I'd be scared too. That's a real danger.
I remember when they used to bomb
Like a firebomb with a Molotov cocktail.
firebomb, grenades if they could get it. Which not Denham Town, the one that Edward Siaga.
Tivoli Garden.
Tivoli Garden police station used to be bombed constantly, and I remember, is it 98 or 98? We had to be protecting the police station from the bad men of the area.
Must have been fortified pretty good.
Oh yeah, man, we were all.
So, cause did you know that of our grandparents' children, all
Yeah.
6 of them, only one wasn't a police officer.
Which one? Is it your brother? Your brother became a cop?
No, I mean of our parents.
Oh, grandparents. Okay,
children.
yeah. Or you mean in my uncles and aunts?
Yes, including our mom. And
Yeah,
dad.
yeah.
Was only one, and that was Auntie Liquor. That
The
became
teacher.
a teacher.
The teacher.
Yes.
I spent. First time I really enjoyed cable. Let me see if everything's good. The first time I enjoyed cable, I think I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
I passed a common entrance and I was going to St. Catherine High. And Auntie Little, she invited me over to be at her house and hang out with my cousins and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that time you have areas that are like suburban areas, like here.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Really nice house. We call them concrete house because they look nice.
You
They
probably
got.
need it with the hurricanes. Concrete, right?
Hey man,
What type of houses we lived in?
we lived in board house. I lived in a 3-bedroom board house.
And I lived
Latrine down the way.
up in the country.
Shower outside.
Yep.
Yeah. It it humbles you in a way that
It's a different world.
people don't I don't camp for a reason.
Yeah, it makes sense because you were camping until you were how old? Like 20?
Very old.
Yep.
Like why am I starting a fire was what we did because we wanted to eat,
Oh, for sure.
not to eat for fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you never look at certain things the same way anymore because honestly, when people are talking about sufferation and there's the price is high and this is going on, we're like, this is fantastic.
Yeah. And I know the point you were getting to. So, same with me. Going to Auntie Liquor's house, that's where I could get to watch the cable.
Yeah.
Because, there's no cable in country.
I don't know. In the rural areas, there's none.
So
That's
that's
satellites or how they got cable out there?
satellites were for the rich people.
Yeah, rich people get those, man. You don't understand because I was talking to someone today and she was like, they make houses out of cardboard out there. I said it looks like cardboard. It's not.
No.
It's not, but it just shows what greedy people do
Oh, for sure, yeah.
to a beautiful country.
Yep.
And it just goes down to the politicians. It just goes to the people in power. The people in power are greedy because they go in. This is what I never understood. It happens over here too. They go in with no money. Say living normal like me and you.
They come out filthy rich. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, one of our prime minister has a $4 million house in Florida.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Right. It's like the pastor driving a Benz,
Right.
Yeah.
and you got to walk to church. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that shit.
like the guy down in Texas who has like a $15 million house, Joel.
That Joel Austin.
Yeah.
He even has a private jet.
Yeah.
They call those church. Dude, I should have went into Christianity and preach. Honest to God, man. Because it shows that you ain't got to be godly. You just got to be smart.
Yeah.
Remember a few verses.
Yep, definitely.
And I think I could do it too. Oh, praise the Lord, sister. I'm gonna take you all. Listen to me now. Listen to me now. I got my hands stretched out. All I need for me to send this power to you is $15,000. That's all I need. It's the building fund, people. We got to get this building up. I know it's been taking 50 years for us to get this building up, but I need you. I need everybody out there. If you listening to me now, send me $15,000 and I will send this pure oil that Jesus blessed. Jesus came down here himself and blessed it.
Oh, yeah.
And I will give it to you. You rub it on your chest 3 times a day.
That sound like a Jamaican Bernie Mac or something.
Dude, it's how you sell it.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It's how you sell it. And these dudes, they selling that religion
Hard.
hard.
And they're getting paid.
Jamaica has the most churches
Per square mile. Yeah.
Per capita, probably.
per square mile.
Right?
A lot of churches. They embed that religion in you, boy. You know what I mean?
There's nothing wrong with being God-fearing, but I think people should still, like, think for themselves.
Yeah.
You know,
It shouldn't be culty.
yeah.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And that's one of the things I hate what religion has become.
Yeah.
It's and that's just the thing. Anything that's organized tells you someone organized it.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So-
for their benefit.
Well, yeah.
So that means you're being
Yeah.
controlled.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's always going to be a pyramid scheme.
Oh, for sure.
You know. So I was listening to someone smarter than me, and they said the Roman Catholic Church.
I grew up Catholic.
I went to a Catholic high school. You know, how was that growing up Catholic?
I mean, we went to church most Sundays. You know, I got, confirmed. I did my, I went to confession.
Yeah.
And that's when I started, personally, like when I started questioning things.
What's that thing that you got to go into and do? The confessional booth?
Confessional.
Confessional booth? What is it called?
Yeah, confessional. You talk to a priest and...
Did you have to do it on the priest's lap when you did it?
No. It wasn't like that. No, you're probably looking at me like that explained a lot of shit, but no.
Did the priest say, come, Bushy, sit on my lap, sit on my lap right here.
Come hither. Yeah.
And
No, it wasn't like that.
tell me, were you an altar boy?
No.
No?
No, nothing like that.
Hold on. I think we get messages. Hold on. We might be getting messages.
Oh, there's me and Cassidy's bike. That's when we just crossed the line from Colorado to Utah right there. On your screensaver.
Right here.
Yep.
Colorado to you. Oh, my God.
Yep.
That's okay. Because he takes that motorcycle. And how many states you go through?
I've done 32 out of 48 for the lower 48.
Oh, yeah?
I want to hit them all, but yeah, it takes time.
32.
Yeah.
Which one was your first one?
In what way? The first trip that we went on?
Yeah, like when you started it, you left from Connecticut. Where did you head?
So the goal was to try to hit like 500-600 miles a day. Originally, we were going to do Yellowstone, but one of the guys that sold us our bikes up in Westfield, Mass, at the Indian dealership up there, he said, "This time of year it's too crowded. Why don't you check out the Badlands instead?" So
Badlands are awesome.
Badlands National Park is sick in South Dakota. So what we did was we took 3 days to get there, and then we spent 2 days there. and then from there we rode down to Rapid City, South Dakota. And from there, you take this road called Iron Mountain Road, and you basically take it down into Custer, South Dakota.
Yeah.
And Custer, South Dakota is in the Black Hills, and that's like the most beautiful part of the state right there.
What am I looking at right here?
That's in Colorado on
Route 141.
Yeah, Route 141. Yeah. So that's what we did 2 years ago, and that particular trip, what we did was our goal was to ride out to Colorado because we enjoyed it so much the first year we went out there. And we camped in this town called Grand Junction, Colorado. And the reason why we went there was because at the time, 2 years ago, there was a lot of forest fires going on.
Yeah.
So like that part of Colorado is basically considered like the high desert. So it has the same type of climate that, Arizona has, Utah has. So because of that, we were able to stay there a few nights, and we went on this big loop that took us to Arches National Park, which was pretty epic. I'd go back there in a heartbeat too. It's beautiful out there.
It looks amazing, dude. I love the desert, dude. I've always had this fascination with the desert. Like I like the sand, but I hate the friggin' ocean.
Yeah.
And stuff. See, you're looking at your phone. You're looking at the time.
No.
Okay, because you came for the. We're going to get back to you. I'm going to cuss him out a little bit. You came for the funeral, and you could have just came to visit.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? You waited for someone to die.
No, I didn't wait for them to die, but I understand.
That's one of the things. Our family is always
Yes.
apart.
And it was never like...
It was never like that, though. We were always me and you, and
Yes.
yeah, we were always.
Yes.
We always hang out.
Yes, you come to country.
Yeah.
We come down there.
Yeah.
I'm coming from school. I'm coming down there
Yeah,
before
dude.
I go home.
It was some good times. We grow up, family.
Yeah, that's true.
Things happen. You separate. You know what I mean?
People start having kids, they start working, and you drift apart. Even though,
especially us. I mean, Auntie Winnie and Uncle Buzz.
we were always close.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though you guys were older,
Yeah.
me and Hody and we come down there, and Jay and Hod, Jay preferred of you.
Yeah.
You and me.
Yeah, that's true. I think it had something to do with intelligence. My brother and I, we're not talking. Yeah, it's not. The relationship has soured and stuff, especially since our mom passed. Our mom was the glue.
it changes things. That happened to
does.
my dad's family too.
Yeah? Tell me about it.
Well, my dad's family just kind of imploded. They had a. It's sad to talk about it.
Yeah, it's sad to talk about it too.
You get mad, you get numb, you get sad about it, and it's not what my grandparents would have wanted. To my knowledge, again, I was insulated a little bit from it, but to my knowledge, my dad had a different opinion than my grandparents on how to take care of their financial situation. When they were both their health started to fail, and that kind of started a rift between him and his brother and his sister, and it's still going on now. I've maintained a relationship with my aunt and my uncle. I still see them a couple times a year, but they're not really talking.
I noticed that.
It sucks.
That have been happening a lot with a lot of families.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes a family will bring you down.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And sometimes a family will bring you up, because I've always been independent, and I believe in independence. So
I understand what you're talking about.
So I believe everyone should be independent. You get what I'm saying?
I know exactly.
Today I was putting gas in my car to go somewhere, and I saw these two people that's always begging. They stopped off at Dunkin' Donuts first.
Yeah.
And grabbed their coffee. Right?
How mad do you get when you see a bum with a North Face jacket on? You're not a real bum.
Don't even start. Don't even start. Because these two people look strong as fuck.
Right. They've been eating.
They've been working out. They've been eating. Bigger than me. The dude's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. I should stop working and doing everything and panhandle.
Right. It's tax free.
It's damn right.
You have to report it.
It's like Christian, it's like being a pastor of a church. No, dude. And they went to the gas station, and I'm pretty sure they went for snacks.
Yeah.
And then I know they're gonna took position You know,
Oh, they post up. They got it's
right
like
close to Starbucks in my neighborhood, close to the intersection where there's 3 gas stations.
they got posts like we got at the prison.
Yeah, dude. They're gonna post up, and when I see them, I'm so disgusted.
Yeah.
I'm so disgusted. You know why I'm disgusted? Because I got to pay all this fucking tax.
Yeah.
And then you think I'm going to give you $1?
No.
I don't even want to. I want an American Psycho you ass. No, dude.
Little Patrick Bateman special.
Some little Patrick Bateman special. but we're civilized. We're civilized.
Yeah.
This is just a thing. Like people talk about you know how a long time ago there was this philosopher called Nietzsche,
Yeah.
Yes.
I have his book too.
German dude.
Yeah.
And the Germans, fascinating fellows, man. So he was a little bit of a nihilist. You know what I mean? He's a little bit of a nihilist. But he talks about warriors and he talks about like the sheep, warriors and sheep. A warrior would see those two, and in the days of a warrior, he would be disgusted and he would sword them down. He would he would chop them up, kill them. And nobody would say anything because you can't say nothing to the warrior. You know what I mean? The warrior's just going to chop you up. But what the sheep does, because the sheep knows that there are warriors that exist, they organize themselves
Yep.
and say, hey, we need some rights to protect ourselves. You know what I mean? You know what? We could even get police to protect us, and we could get laws, and we could get this, and we could get that, and guess what? We could get control over the warriors. But some of the warriors cannot be controlled, and that's how you have
Right.
fascism being picked up when some of these dudes read. You know, this is all some of the Hitlers and the Mussolinis and some of those dudes, they come up because of this. A lot of them, a lot of them were fans of Nietzsche.
Yeah.
A lot of them were fans of Nietzsche.
That's true.
And it comes down to the fact that people have to be controlled.
And at the same time, you know, like that saying, weak times create weak men. We're like at that point now.
Oh God,
where men need to start being men again, and we need to throw away all this beta male soy boy type of BS that's going on.
You know, I got a son, a young boy, right? Young boy, he's 17, turning
Teenager,
18.
yeah.
Turning 18. And as soon as he was turning like 11, I didn't do it when he was a kid, because kids should be kids.
Sure.
When he was 11, I was like, yo, do some push-ups with me.
Right.
We do like 50 push-ups. No, not like 20 push-ups. And he was barely doing his, but I said, keep on. We're doing it every day.
Yep.
A man should be strong, and you should know how to run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you should be able to run.
For sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've always kept that with my kids. And my kids, I'm telling you, as much as we grew up, I'm a very laid-back dude, I still grew up them paramilitary.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? We would go for walks on the reservoir, and I'd keep them in line.
Yep.
We do marches.
Organized.
You know what I mean? I do marches.
Structure is good.
I made sure that they know that family was the most important thing.
Good.
You know what I mean? And you have to love your mama.
That's a given.
Your mama is the most important thing. Fuck daddy sometimes, but the mommy had to push you out and decide to keep you and feed you and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I never understood when a mom leaves a kid. I never understood that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It happens.
It happens.
It's
It
pretty
happens.
tragic.
You got some sad women out there.
My sister works for DCF out of Waterbury, so she tells me some things
Some
like,
sad stories.
and her job, I kid you not, her job is so much harder than ours.
Yeah.
And those guys, they're not even hazardous duty. And she goes into some real rough areas.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
But you got this dude. He's at Columbia University.
Yeah.
What you do there?
Public safety.
Yeah. It's a little bit safer than Kingston, Jamaica, right?
What you breaking up? What you breaking up at Columbia University?
Probably protests, right?
Did you see the protest the other day?
Dude, I don't watch the news.
No.
I do not watch. Dude, we work in a prison.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
We get no satisfaction. We get no commendations. We don't get any gratifications. When we leave, when we do our 8 or 16 hours, we leave feeling unaccomplished.
Oh, you're not. Yeah, you feel like you're not saving anybody. You're not creating anything. and it's an empty feeling, and you see like you have friends that are like handymen or like like one of my son's one of my son's friends, his dad, he built my my new steps that I got put in my house. It's like, every time I stand on my steps, I think like, man, it would be nice to be able to do this instead, because you feel like you can see like the fruits of your labor. But like what we do, all you can really do is offer a little bit of structure and a little bit of knowledge to somebody, and if they listen, they listen. I'll grab a little bit, a little splash. Thanks, buddy. All right, thanks. But it's one of those things where
That turns into a bed.
what's in that?
The chair you're sitting on. I'm telling you, the chair you're sitting on, it turns into a bed.
You probably spend many nights in this chair.
That's Russian. That's Russian ingenuity right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It looks very nice. Tell me how long I've had that chair.
It's not like the chair on Frasier, so it's not that old.
It's
If you'd been here 22 years, it's got to be at least 10 years old.
17 years old.
That's pretty good.
17 years old, dude.
Why can't the chairs at work look this nice after that long?
Well, you have
Just
to
trash 'em.
you have to spend some real money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you were saying with the job, there's
No sense of fulfillment, really.
no sense of fulfillment. When I was a cop in Jamaica, I felt so gratified and so powerful some of the times. I ain't lying. Like when I was coming up, 90s, because remember I joined in 90s, 97.
I was in the 7th grade that time.
Big man, damn ya! Stop reminding me how old I am, man.
But look, even the training.
Yeah, I'm listening, dude.
When you just go in the training, it seems so hard, but after 3 months, it's like it's the best place you could ever be.
We did 9 months.
Yeah, I know you guys did 9 months. I did like 5
Yeah.
to 6.
6 months. Yeah, we did 9 months in our academy. I mean,
Wow.
like, we were crawling through fields while they shoot over our heads and crawling through pig shit and all type of crap.
Couldn't go home.
Yeah, you could never go home. Only on like if you get like a special. I used to cut though. I used to leave the academy.
Yeah?
Cause
You ever get caught?
one time, but I lied my ass off.
You are an exceptional liar in the 9 years that I've known you. One of the best.
Hey, you've been married as long as I have.
Oh.
You, there is no way you're not. Lying helps a relationship.
Helps you get through it.
What you think, guys?
Well,
You're mad quiet.
There's some
man.
deep, dark, murky waters we're about to tread
Say
through right
something.
here.
but that's true. You gotta tweak it a bit.
What you mean? Tweak it.
Sometimes they can't handle the truth, so you gotta tweak it a bit.
Like Jack Nicholson in what was it, A Few Good Men or whatever?
I feel good. You can't handle the truth. Woman, my mom used to use it.
Yeah.
Do a thing like, tell me now, because when I find out later, it's gonna be worse.
Oh,
The worst lie I've ever told my mom. My brother had went to the store and it
Yeah.
took a long time to come back from the store. And my mother, when you take a long time, she always get worried. Like, oh my God, she's gonna lose a kid. So she always get worried. So she's like, go look for your brother.
Yeah.
So I went to go look for my brother. But my brother was coming as soon as I was going to go look for her.
Oh, I just missed each other.
No. He was
found him?
coming in. He was coming through the front gate.
Oh, perfect timing.
My mom was at the back washing clothes.
Yeah.
And we call it in the pan by hand.
Oh, she must have taken his face against the pan, like.
No, hold on. So she's at the back. She's in the backyard, and I go to go look for my bro, and I see my bro coming through the gate, and my bro was like, "Yo, we should run a joke on mom." And I was like, you know what?
I've been here the whole time.
I'm going to run around and say you got hit by a car.
Oh, that's no good.
Hey, man, it's my sense of humor, okay? It never changes. I was like 9 or 10 at the time. And I ran around like, oh, my God, Jay got hit by a car. My mom got up like, oh, she falling on the ground. She is going crazy. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then Jay jumps around like, hey, I'm here.
You both got beat for that.
I don't know what she reached for,
The closest thing, she beat you with it, didn't she?
but I know I was in pain. I was in pain. I don't think I went to school for like 2 days. You know what I mean? I don't think I went to school for like 2 days because she beat me so bad.
They weren't body shots, were they?
They weren't. They. I think they might have been. I blacked out one time. I think I went. It went dark. It went. I was like, "Ugh," and she woke me up. She doused water in my face and like, it's not done yet, boy. Beat my ass, dude.
Yeah.
My daddy never beat me.
That's because
I was gonna ask you that if Uncle Bud ever beat you.
Never touched me.
They didn't have to after what she did.
No, mommy's the one that always did it.
You ever hit Jay?
I've never seen him hit Jay. He beat the other kids though.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good.
Not the favorite.
Like my dad had a lot of kids, a lot. I grew up with like 14 and all coming in and out.
Who's counting though?
I was. My mom was. Mm-hmm. And my aunt, she was there to support my mom a lot because her brother was promiscuous. Right?
Yeah, we were down your house sometime. You guys came up sometime.
I told you we were very, very close. It's like honestly, you're the cousin that I appreciate and want.
You always gravitated towards each other.
Yeah, because he understands what independence is.
Oh yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, totally.
No. You don't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand what.
When it comes on, and this is the truth, and it's not for the Jamaicans here. This is for the Jamaicans
Down there.
in Jamaica. When I went to bury my mother,
A couple years ago, right?
about 5 years ago,
Yeah.
they were begging me money in the church with my mom in front of me. They were begging me money outside of the church with my mom in the casket going in the fucking hearse. They were begging me money at the wake.
Graveside.
The graveside. Dude, I had to even get in the grave because it couldn't go down. They didn't dig it properly. Mm-hmm. And my mom, you know what I mean? I jumped in there with Robert. You know, remember Robert? No, you wouldn't. It's on my mom's side. But I jumped in the grave with my uncle, with me and my uncle, digging it deeper so that she would be able to go in. And my asshole brother is over at the side crying while somebody's
This is why you guys had a little bit of a rift.
Oh yeah, dude, telling him, it's gonna be okay. This dude does nothing for his family, not a goddamn thing. It's the goddamn truth. All he does is leech. All he does is take. You don't have to say anything.
No, I'm not.
Don't say anything. You don't need to say anything. All he does is take, my dude. He doesn't know what it means to give. And if something happens to him, it's everybody else's fault except him.
They're both my cousins.
Yeah, that's how it goes. They're both. You got to be neutral in this, and I understand, because I've always been the understanding brother.
Even though we haven't spoken since.
It's all right, dude. You ain't got to. He's not a good person to have in your life, dude. He has cheated out my Gillette kids, put them in problems. It's just not a good guy. Some people are just built bad.
Yeah, you know what? That's the sad thing. Like,
Let me ask you this. There's no chance of.
No, it's dead.
Yeah, you're messing with me.
Nah.
The memory I have of both of them.
you want to have a good memory.
No, I mean,
Right.
no. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're very close. We were very close.
Back then, of both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them would come up
Sure.
to my house.
Yeah.
We would, Auntie Woni. My aunt was like the only aunt for the real.
Yeah, you were.
house too.
Your auntie, Auntie Oni was and is the only aunt that I will say, because my mom relatives, they're takers, users. That's what they do.
It's no good.
Yeah,
even our aunt, you guys weren't close to them, but you were close to my mom.
Yeah.
As in,
Right. Auntie Oni was the one. You know what I mean? Like she was the one that
they
wasn't.
could do anything, and my mom wouldn't.
Yeah. It was like family, real family.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things, we weren't really close.
Sometimes the family that you choose is more valuable than some of the family that you deal with. Sometimes
Some of the family that you have,
right?
like you were born with, like this is, and people don't understand. There are bad people out there
Yep.
that are not good for you,
That's true.
and just because they're blood, you make your blood sink you. Oh, he's in jail again. Oh my God, I gotta get. Fuck you.
Yeah.
If I could stay out of jail, you could stay out of jail.
Anybody could do it. Yeah.
Anybody could do it.
There's a will. There's a way. Yeah.
Wait, there's a will.
I actually ran into an inmate that you might remember.
Oh, I try not to know their names.
Well, he was in J-Pod. He did like 17 years.
Oh,
This guy Blongo.
yeah, the one that wrote the book.
No.
It's not him who wrote the book.
No. This guy, he was an industries guy. He had glasses, good at basketball.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he got out a couple years ago. It's actually kind of a funny
How
story.
long did he do?
He did like 17
That's a long time. You know he's gay.
at some point. Yeah. I mean, who knows?
Continue,
I don't
sir.
want to know. Yeah. He really know how to do
You
it.
know he knows how to suck a dick. This is not a kid's show. There might be toys around.
Yeah. Don't let the toys fool you.
Hey, nice. All right. Well, continue, sir. My fault. I'm joking.
So this whole thing started probably a month ago. And I basically, thank God, like I got along with this guy. We had a level of respect with each other.
That's one thing I try to do. I have respect.
Because I'm
for
sure
them.
you've seen inmates around here too, right?
Yeah.
So-
no.
No?
Not
None of West Hartford.
not my area.
Hartford. No, none around here.
I've not run into anybody.
So,
I don't go to the mall,
no, I don't go there either.
and I don't think they want to pay for parking at Blueback.
Probably not.
Yeah. So
So
the Jews know how to keep out the riffraff.
So this is how this happened. So
West Hartford is a Jewish town.
allegedly.
Not allegedly. When they have a holiday, the schools close.
Yeah.
So it's a Jewish town.
For sure, yeah.
And I've never seen a Muslim holiday and we close.
Yeah.
So it's a Jewish town. We call it what it is, man. You know what I mean? But continue, sir.
So me, my wife, my son, we're meeting my dad for lunch in Enfield. We're gonna meet at like this like tavern. It's kind of like over by work, Yard House. You ever go to Yard House?
Yeah. Okay, I know it.
So yeah, my dad likes going there. We've been there a bunch of times. So it's like whatever. I'll meet you there for lunch.
Yeah.
So I go inside. It's a 45-minute wait, and I was like, I could barely find a parking spot. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So I'm walking out, and I see this guy. He's probably, 100 feet away. And he's dressed in like a nice suit. His wife's starting to get out of the car. He's driving like this like little Toyota Corolla. And I was like, man, that guy looks like kind of familiar.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hit me yet.
Okay.
So then he's like, hey, is there a wait in there? I was like, yeah, it's like 45 minutes. I'm going down the road to Elizabeth's. That place is good. I've been there a handful of times. And I'll probably get a table there.
You're talking in Bloomfield.
Well, they have one in Bloomfield and there's one in East Windsor too.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Elizabeth. Okay.
Yep. So what ended up happening was I went over to Elizabeth's, and sure enough, we got a table right away. There was no wait. The food is really good. So sure enough, these people, they took my advice and they sit like they get seated like a table away from us.
Right.
So as soon as they sit down, it just hit me. I was like, fuck. I was like, I know this guy, and this guy did time, and I just said, hey, follow me. I'm eating my lunch right over here.
You might have been in his block and everything too.
Yeah.
You might like.
Well, I didn't recognize him at first because the guy had his glasses off.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things. It was funny, like at the end, because like we both like finished our meals at the same time, and he was sitting next to his wife. I don't know like where his family's from, but he had like a nice suit on. His wife had like a nice dress on. Like,
Did he look like he's gonna come back to jail?
No.
No, he looked like he's good.
So they were facing me, and they were standing up, and I just said, I was like, hey, your name's not Manny by any chance, is it? And he looked at me. He's like, I think I know you. And I was like, yeah. I was like, we used to work together.
You should have said. You should have whispered in his ear. Go lock up.
Yeah, right. So then, well, from my perspective, like the funny part of it is like, I'm not trying to blow this guy's spot up with his lady, because I don't know if he told his lady that he did time.
Yeah,
I mean, he should, because he did so much time.
He did so much time. He goggled balls at some time. So she should know. She should know.
So yeah, she should be at peace with that.
She visited him. I'm pretty sure she knew. So you know what I mean.
So it was funny. He's like, oh yeah. I was like, we used to work together. He's like, where did we work? I was like, across the river. And then he's like, where across the river? I was like, Suffield. Remember over in Suffield? Yeah, my name's Bush. Oh yeah. And we recognized each other, and I asked him how he was doing, and thankfully, it ended up being a good situation. I found out that he got out a little while ago. The guy has a CDL. He has like a modest car, like a newer Toyota Corolla. Yeah. He married a pretty lady. She seemed very nice. That's very pleasant.
That's what's up.
I don't know if they're gonna have kids or a family or whatever, but like, they look like they just gotten out of church, and the guy has his head on it, screwed on the right way.
A lot of criminals become truck drivers. You notice that? Like a lot of ex-cons.
There's a lot of money in it, and we pay for them to get their license. That's why.
Truck drivers. Why do you think that criminals, like they gravitate towards?
Because you want to do time in the feds for moving stuff state to state. Right?
No, because truckers are a different breed.
Oh,
just like you got motorcyclists who's part of a club, or you have those dudes that chop wood.
Mm-hmm. I do that too.
You know what I mean? Those woodsmen. And I'm talking to foresters that go out there and they're miners,
like lumberjacks. Yeah.
Lumberjacks. There's like a fascinating group that they're different. They have a different type of philosophy, the way they talk. You know what I mean?
Their mindset's different.
Right. And one does meth more than the other.
Yeah.
Which would be the truck driver to stay awake. Adderall is their friend.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Because they were looking at changing, into automated trucks. Mm-hmm. You think that would work? Like, why would you go to automated?
It would take a long time to implement something like that, I think.
They would have to have their own lane, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I would think so.
And then there would be so many people out of work.
And then the threat of somebody hacking
the truck.
Yeah, just like in Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Using them to do all type of different stuff.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, remember the guy crashed? He was a surgeon. They crashed his car. They took it over.
Did they took it over?
Oh yeah.
I thought he was going too fast, and
I'm pretty sure they took over his car.
Are you talking the animated one, or are you talking the live action?
I'm talking about the live.
Did you see it?
The Marvel one?
No, I'm not. I don't watch.
You don't watch. You read a lot, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think they took it over. We're gonna look into that. But
all right, fact check me, because I'm like 80% sure. Now you're making me second guess myself.
Yeah, because I'm the nerd here.
Yeah.
I'm not the one that's in a motorcycle club. I'm the nerd here. So.
You could. It's an open door.
But my cousin here, the safety warden of Colombia. Safety. You said you don't watch TV?
No, I mean, like the animated. I'm not like the comics.
You don't watch movies?
Yeah, I mean, bad boy.
Because I see your Facebook and it looks like you read a lot.
Yeah, I read a lot of books.
What kind of books are you reading?
Self-development books, philosophers and all those type of different books.
So you're all about, self-development.
Yeah.
About being a better person.
Yes.
And what better person do you want to be?
Like what we were talking about. I mean, a lot of people, they are different.
Talking to my dude.
Yeah.
So.
A lot of people, they are different. Like how you were saying. Say you were saying a lot of people are not independent. We were speaking specifically. If you understand what I mean, like I want to be able. I mean, to be able to say. Why would I say not accept them, but like what you would say, like what you said, forever, it's cut off forever.
Right.
I want to be able to look on it on a different perspective, like be able to.
You see where he's going?
Yeah, just to be a little bit more open-minded and not be so
Yes.
fixed in your ways.
Yes, as in
Understanding.
you and I aren't going to be the same.
Right.
And even though you're not the same, I should be able to have even a little relationship with it. It shouldn't, I mean, if you understand what I mean, I shouldn't.
You should come to like a common level of understanding with other people that are.
I think he's trying to be like a better person who doesn't like just to like X people out of his life.
Yes, like even people are going to do us things.
Yes.
And other people not knowledgeable like you and I
Right.
don't consider other people's feelings, and they're not. I want to be able to think above them, to be they're that way, and I accept them, but I know to deal with them on that level, but not cut them out of my life.
Okay.
So I think reading open up your mind to different ideas.
I get exactly what you're saying. You want to be more understanding, more charitable, more progressive.
in a way.
In a way of like, okay, if you have a family member or a friend who is an asshole who always steals from you or whatever, you don't exit. You don't tell them, get the fuck out of my life. You're a thief. You try to
Deal with them.
Try to fix the problem a little bit.
Not fix.
It's not fixing.
No, I can't fix them.
Okay.
I know how to deal with you, but I'm not gonna say forever we are done.
Yeah. I like that though. I like the forever we're done part.
You get closure out of it. There's nothing lingering.
Yeah, like
It depends on what it is, though. That's a gray area.
For me, it's everything.
All right, look. I know you have a lot of brothers, but I would consider Jay your
Brother.
brother.
Yeah, because all of the others are half.
Even though
Dude. All the others are half.
Even though we don't do half in Jamaica.
Well, trust me. We should have been. saying it. We should have been saying it. Well, we should emphasize.
Like in Jamaica, we don't say half brother. Like he's my half brother. He's either your
brother
or
or
you're
not your brother. But also in the Ukraine, cousins are known as brothers and sisters. They'll say in Russia they call you a brother. If I would say that's my brother right there, although you're my cousin. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? But that's how it goes country to country. But if we go by biology, they have.
I understand.
They have.
I get it.
They have, and I had to teach a few of my brothers and sisters how to read and write, so I definitely know they were half. Yo, I had a sister. She couldn't pronounce
Well, you were always smart, Al.
Yeah, the universe. The universe said we're gonna make him normal. It's not.
But
The universe opened my eyes early.
Yeah, you're always smart.
My eyes are, because Jamaica is very what's the word? Ignorant to a lot of things. Music, religion. You cannot have an opinion of if you say there is no God, some people will take it personal and will hurt you.
Yeah, you can't.
Right.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. You can't have a conversation like, one time I saw my mom's bra and I wanted to put it on. They would murder you.
Oh no. Oh.
You're like a heretic to them or something.
You can't say Michael Jackson is bigger than Bob Marley.
Dude, there is no conversation that if it's a heated conversation, it's a good, say we were having a great debate right now.
Sure.
Right? Believe me, someone is going to get chopped or stabbed or there's going to be argument. It's going to break up the night.
A machete's coming out.
Something is going to happen bad. That's going because there's some stubbornness in us.
In us. Rebel. We are very rebellious.
Yeah, we're rebels all day, but we're also stubborn and ignorant and arrogant.
But did you know that? Well, I heard something like Jamaica was where they bring the bad slaves to get them punished. You heard something like that?
I also hear another thing. You mean when they got raped?
I mean,
They would, anybody that would run away, the white dudes, they would come over and they would rape the runaways in front of the other slaves. That's why we have a really big thing about,
Yeah.
gays in Jamaica.
No stage fright.
Yeah, dude, like you gotta be a sadistic dude for you to stay hard through all that. Ugh, shame. Shame. Yeah. So yeah, Jamaica is very when it comes on to certain things. That's why I say we're black Republicans.
Well, you got to be rebellious because about everything that was imposed on you by the British
And the Spaniards
For
and the
sure.
French.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ran through a lot. We ran through the Spaniards, French, and the English. That's why our language is,
Patois.
so mixed up
Yep.
and whatnot. And it's very hard for you to with a layman. And when I say a layman, I'm talking someone that didn't graduate high school or
regular
whatever.
guy. Yeah.
Just a regular guy. For you to have a conversation with him, it's very hard for you to change his mind.
yeah.
You cannot change his
You
mind.
can't change his mind.
So
Even if he's wrong.
dude, especially if he's wrong.
You're gonna leave with your
To
point
the
of
death.
view,
Yeah,
and he's gonna leave with his still.
Right.
right.
At the end of the day.
Because you find out that when you're talking to people or some humans that have a limited perception of things.
It's being generous. It's saying it in a very nice way.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that you really have to talk to like they are toddlers.
But remember, even in those times, say when you were younger, there wasn't the internet around.
No internet.
So people, what you heard was just what was around you.
The gossip, or you read it in the newspaper.
Yeah, you hear, don't do this, don't do that. You have to believe in every day. So you can't look to nowhere else.
The Bible was more in your home than anything else.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And as I said, religion was a big controlling aspect of Jamaican life. And religion surrounds everything.
I think
So-
still is.
I'm pretty sure it does.
So with I don't know, because you said you went to a Catholic school,
Yeah.
but did you grow up Catholic though?
No, I didn't grow up Catholic. I grew up Seventh-day Adventist.
Okay. So from my experience, I started to question being Catholic when I went for my first confession when I was 8, because I sat there thinking okay, I'm supposed to talk to this priest who's 80 something years old. He's lived a long life, but the guy's never had kids. He's never been married. He's not going to be.
All of that was going through your head.
When I was, I kid you not. I was
I believe you.
I was the weird, quiet kid, and I would read a room before I spoke a lot of times. But when I was 8 years old, I remember going to confession, and as nice as this guy was, as Father Kerwin, I never got any creepy, weird vibes like some of these priests. He just seemed like a nice old man.
Yeah.
But I still felt like, how is this man going to be able to relate to me? How is he going to be somebody that's going to, basically communicate to higher power for me?
Yeah, he hasn't experienced anything. Yeah.
That's why I realized that at that age, and at the same time, I was thinking okay, I'm 8 years old. Mm-hmm. What does this guy want me to say? It's I argued with my sister. I said no to my parents. I mean, I forgot about a piece of candy in my pocket when I left the store or something. When you're 8 years old, some people may make bad decisions.
You're a kid. Be a kid. I've never tried to put anything on my kids that are for adulthood.
Yeah.
You should not. Kids should remain kids.
Right.
That's why there is no way I would have put my kid in Hollywood.
No.
There is no way I would.
Like Corey Feldman or. He's a mess.
All of those kids, they went through a lot. The ones that survive is because they had great parents.
Right.
they had Great Guardians that was when I saw the Diddy with the Justin Bieber.
It looked a little fishy.
When I saw Diddy with Justin Bieber and Diddy was saying, let me take you out. We gonna have a great time. Yeah, I'm like, dude.
This is like 2012 or thereabouts, right?
Yeah, but you're a grown man.
At that point, he's 40-something years old. He's like 40 or better.
Let me tell you something. When I'm hanging out with my son, that's my son I'm hanging out with, right? Some kid that say is gonna make me money, I'm gonna give him to a couple assistants. You know what I mean? Let some of my assistants and say, yo, make sure he has a good time.
Right.
This and that, because I'm an adult. I ain't got no time to hang around no kid.
Your mentality's different. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to do anything with Justin Bieber, because when Justin Bieber is out there, only little girls are going, Justin, the Bieber leavers or whatever the fuck they call themselves.
Yeah.
Grown men have nothing. You have no reason.
No. I mean,
and it's not your kid. No reason.
If you're a father that has like a teenage daughter, you want to know who this guy is or whatever. But you keep it simple though.
Dude, my teenage daughter could not bring they can't even bring a teenage boy in when they were in high school. I said, keep that shit in school, because that's where we kept it.
I can picture you taking the door off the hinges.
Well, dude, I don't have to take the door off the hinges. I'll take you off the hinges. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what I was like, love is the most mature thing that you could ever say or practice or do, or because it's not no willy-nilly thing that your little teenage hormones saying you feel something. Nah, y'all just want to fuck. That's it. It's not love. Y'all
Once
just
you
want
become a parent, it's different. Totally different. It's game changer.
It's for adults, and adults barely know how to do it. So you can't come to me about no love, nothing. Oh, no, daddy, I met a boy, and you 16. Huh? What? Why? Keep that in school. Whatever you're doing, keep it in school.
Right.
You know what I mean? I tell my kids, put that degree on the wall. That's what I want. Put the degree, get your career, get everything that you need, get things that is for you.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to live for no man or no woman.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to answer to anybody. You can answer to yourself.
You're your own person.
And it teaches them to look for somebody with that same type of caliber.
You have kids?
I got one.
Oh, you got a boy, right?
Yeah.
You got a son.
Yep.
How is that going?
It's going great. I'm doing whatever I can to keep him away from like a tablet. Away from his Switch. Like he does jujitsu 3 times a week.
Good.
He plays he plays baseball in the spring. He does soccer in the fall. But besides that, he does scouts too.
Oh, Boy Scouts.
Yeah, and from what I've seen, and yeah, I did when I was growing up.
I don't trust it. I don't trust Boy Scouts.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Just saying. You did a lot of programs that. I'm glad you.
I did scouts.
I'm glad you survived. You know what I mean? Catholic Church.
After
Boy Scout.
Unscathed, baby.
I'm glad you survived, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you survived.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't see any aliens, because anytime someone mentioned that they see aliens, I feel like it's molestation. I feel like they've been essayed. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You said one kid?
I just got one. Yeah.
You got one, right? Oh shit.
Technically 2. I mean, I consider my stepchild.
That was such a Copeland answer.
Go and fuck yourself. That's a Copeland answer.
Yeah, my stepchild.
Okay.
I've been around her since she was 12. She's 24 now. She's a sergeant in the army.
Oh,
wow.
wow. Congrats, dude.
yeah.
Congrats. It's the same way. I've been around mine since he was 11, and he's 33 now, and I can't tell you what he does.
And then I have the little 8-year-old daughter, 9-year-old.
That's your splitting image.
Yeah.
That's your baby right there.
She's my boss.
Yeah. One baby. You don't want one no more? How old are you now?
38.
Oh, my God, dude. Don't get no more. Don't do it.
How old are you, huh?
I'm going to be 46 in September. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
When we were younger, you seemed so older than me. No.
Yeah, dude.
We're going to get old at the same time.
We It is what it is, man. That's how it goes, man. It seems like you were older when we were younger, and now that we're, we're here closer to.
The difference doesn't mean as much when you're older.
Yeah,
because you've been through the same life experiences in a lot of ways.
8 years we're gonna hold 8 years apart, different. We're gonna hold the same time almost.
Yeah, dude. But I'm gonna die way before you, though.
Why?
We die young.
We who?
Correction officers.
No. I'll tell you what. You're the type of guy that's going to live forever. You know why? Because I remember the first time we worked together. I remember working in.
Sure, it's good. Remember we live.
What's the safe word? No.
Pineapples.
No. I remember working together with you in MPOD. I maybe had a couple months on the job.
Yeah.
And I remember you keeping yourself. And I remember this. I don't know if they did it to challenge me, but you were outside running rec, and I just came out to say hi. And this inmate, I still remember who it was. It was this guy. His name was Perry. I don't know if he did it on purpose to challenge me, but the guy basically made it like he lost control of the basketball, and he was like running straight towards me.
Yeah.
And the fact that like I didn't flinch.
Yeah.
And you were just kind of like just chilling there on the bench.
Yeah.
Like he just saw that both of us were on the same
level. Yeah, like we were ready for whatever bullshit he was coming with. Yeah,
it's like good luck.
Yeah, I liked how you started.
Yeah,
some people just have it and some people don't.
No,
and you had it. You know what I mean?
It's tough.
It's not because it's for you to manage men, and I'm talking grown men. Physically fit men.
Weightlifting men.
Oh, dude, they work out every day. You see me with my dad bod. I try to do 60 push-ups a night. I do like 10, and I give up. But these dudes are, for you to make them listen to you.
It could be a challenge. It's all about verbal jujitsu.
There you go, my guy.
How long you been in correction?
Almost 14 years.
September is 14 for you, right?
December is going to be 14.
Okay.
How much more you going?
I think I'm going to do the 6 and whatever, because I got 6 years left, and I think I'm just going to take whatever they have to give me and retire.
Yeah.
20 years. Yeah, 52. You know what I mean?
I'll be 51 when I'm out.
Yeah, so.
And then do what after this?
Yeah. I'm a simple dude, man.
I think that's part of the problem with our profession, too, is that a lot of guys, they did have like a stressful time for one, or, after they retire, they lose like their sense of purpose. Like they worked all these hours. Their bodies were so used to working 60 or 80 or better hours a week, and now you're retired. Your body doesn't know what to do with itself, and it starts to break down a little bit. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. But getting back to it, like I just feel like since the beginning, since I've known you, you're somebody that doesn't let this place stress you out.
It's too negative.
It took me a while to get to that point, but you have to get to arrive at a point where you take ownership of things that you can influence, and then the things that are wrong in your heart and that could affect you, it could get you hurt. You almost have to just make peace with it. That there's a chance of this that's going to happen, and
you have to do, because when we saw violence. I'm going to just speak for me. I saw a lot of violence coming up. Yeah, dude. I went to Spanish Town for primary and for high school. Yeah. So we went through a lot of violence. But when I got out the police academy, I saw a lot of violence. Because we even went through the election that year, like 99 or something like that. And it was one of the worst ones. And we had a situation, I can't remember where we were. There was a lot of killings, and the morgues didn't even have room, and we had to pile the bodies on the street. And
it's pretty bad.
Oh, dude. For you to see that type of violence, it affects you in certain ways that you realize that.
Probably way after the fact. Like, you don't want to process it right then and there because you want to be able to handle business. But after the fact, once you get a minute to really process what you saw,
if you're not a psychopath,
it stays with you.
Yeah, that shit stays with you.
It's a good thing you're a psychopath then.
None of it bothers me.
Nah, I'm kidding.
But I'm the type of dude that you have to have balance. Mm-hmm. You have to have balance. You know what I mean? Like I don't try to. When my kids were young, I didn't try to escape my kids with work.
Okay.
I feel bad like for a lot of because that there's people that we work with that do that.
They
I'm not
escape,
gonna
yes.
name names.
You can't. Please don't.
No.
I gotta go there tomorrow.
Not even fake names. I already used a family sick tomorrow. I'm not going. Fuck that.
Want some more vodka?
Yeah.
So, after you retire, would you go to Jamaica for a month?
Why?
Oh, I'm just asking.
No, I'm saying. I'm asking why.
A lot of people when they retire, they go home, chill for a while. But I guess you haven't been there a long time, so.
Well, there's some
with you it's different. Is that a place would you go back to say, let me chill for a month or two?
No.
No, okay.
There was a couple people that retired, like 6, maybe 8 years ago, that bought a hotel down
They
there.
bought a hotel and they run it as a B&B or whatever they run it.
They're doing
as.
okay. What was it? Davis, Facey, and was it
Trowers?
Trowers, yeah.
Yeah.
I only worked with them a little bit, but like from what I knew,
They were all about working, making that money, and retiring, and all of that.
But they
stuff.
had a plan, though. This I respect it.
They had a plan, but they stay healthy.
That too.
You know what I mean? It's not easy to stay healthy.
Not with that job. No.
Not with this job when, at stress time, a nice little drink will help, or a nice little this will help, or a nice little that will help, or you find some woman that will help and she ain't helping. She just causing you more problems, but you feel like it's helping. There's a lot of things we seek out. People in law enforcement seek out a lot of vices for that comfort because we are not well understood out there.
Well, you almost like
by the public.
It's that plus when you go home, a lot of times I feel like your other half like doesn't understand like what you went through or what you may have seen or what you know.
We had a gas strike a very long time ago, gas strike, and people were blocking roads and they were throwing stones at us as cops and bottles, and they were blocking the road, and half of these people didn't have cars or gas stove or anything to do with gas.
They're just doing it just to
They were poor.
Yeah.
They knew that the taxi fare is going to raise up and the bus fare is going to raise up and whatever, but otherwise from that, that's it. You ain't cooking with no gas. No. You ain't cooking with no propane. You ain't cooking with shit except coal or whatever.
Whatever you got, yeah.
But they were throwing stones at us. And then after the riot was over, after they stopped, the gas riots were over, I remember one of the ladies, I was working the desk in Ocho Rios. I was working the desk.
That's the place that I've been to in Jamaica.
Yeah, that's the place I got shot.
Good memories.
Yeah, great memory. And I remember her coming into the police station and she needed help.
Like, really bad.
Right. And I'm an asshole. I reminded her.
How do you set that aside, like, mentally? Like, oh, you were the rioter.
Yeah.
And now you need me.
You have to. You have to because you're a public servant.
Right.
Properly speaking, that's all it says in our thing. Properly speaking, we're never off duty.
Right.
Right? So the public comes for help. The same public that was throwing stones at you, spitting at you, telling you were a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. Now something bad happens to them, and they run right to, as I said, sheep.
Yeah.
Because the law protected them from us going in there and bomb, and no more protests. Right? And the law protects them because a warrior came in and stole her shit, beat her up or whatever, and gone. And now the sheep is like, oh, shit. As much as I fucking hate those fuckers.
That sheep had to go kiss the wolf's ass. That's what happened.
They had to come and do it. And this thing affects you. It does.
For sure.
It affects you. And then as a correction officer, it affects you even more because...
That's one of those immeasurable things that we deal with.
Dude, when I saw a dude overdosing on some drug that is girl or whatever sneaked in, using whatever, vagina or whatever to bring it in, and him stucking it up on his ass or whatever, and he overdosed on this drug, and you have a CO that he was just motherfucking him, giving him CPR, and bringing him back to life. You get what I'm saying?
It puts you in a weird place.
Right, especially if you know that person is a real piece of shit. But guess what? You still got to do your job.
And that's why I generally don't want to know why somebody's there.
I never looked that shit up ever.
Yeah, because otherwise
it's not needed.
It affects how you're going to treat people, and it fills your mind with more thoughts you don't need.
It's not needed, dude. Because I just group them up as all scumbags. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? Yeah. If I stayed out, you could have stayed out, and don't tell me about, oh my God, you didn't grow up the way I grew up.
Yeah, but they have no idea like what you've been through. And that's another reason why I think you're so like laid back at work. Is like this is like for what people stress out about up here. Like I'm sure
dude, Jamaica,
you could attest to it. It's a different world down there.
Anybody? I'm really 80 years old. Like you are like 70. It's all about experience.
Yeah,
it's all about experience.
Old souls
and where you grew up, because this is your environment affecting you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And we all look for ways out. You know, you're in a beautiful club that helps people. Yeah, you know, you do charity with your motorcycles.
Yeah, I mean that's only part of it. Like the thing I get out of it more is just like the sense of brotherhood. You know, it's nice just to meet up with your friends. You know, either grab a drink someplace or go for a meal, even just like go for a ride, or you know, maybe want to try like a new restaurant or whatever that's like 80 miles away, and now you got an excuse to go check it out.
But men need that though. Men need
you need you
need that, brother.
For me, like I'm only focused on being like behind the bars of the bike. Like, I'm not worried about anything else that's going on in my life. That
everything that disappears.
Everything. It's the most fun you can have with your pants on, being on a bike.
Can't be that much fun, dude. Can't be that much fun.
You got to get a bike.
I know you're. There's no. I'm married to a nurse. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get it.
She's seen some shit.
Oh, dude. There's no way I'm gonna get a motorcycle. She called us. She called you guys organ donors. You know what I mean? Yeah. So nah. I was this close once.
Yeah.
Of thinking of getting a motorcycle, and then I remember I don't really like to go fast without protection. You know what I mean? And it's not safe. I don't think it's a safe means of transportation. Those two wheels, boy. It's very tricky out there. How do you ride when you're riding?
Well, for the most part, there's always a lot at stake, and I think that there's three things that get a lot of people hurt and killed. One of the things that I would say is, of course, like people that that are out there like drunk driving, or they're under the influence of something, and sometimes like that affects their equilibrium a little bit. Other times it gives people like some liquid courage, and they're leaning into corners they shouldn't. They're going too fast into making corners, or they forget their what they're supposed to be doing. Getting someplace safe. That's part of it. Another major issue that people have is they ride outside their abilities. And as far as like that goes, that's like somebody like me, like I've been the last 3 years I've been doing 10,000 miles or better a year.
Yeah.
The person that you are in November, December when you put your bike away, if you do put your bike away, is not going to be the same rider when you take the bike out in March or April. Yeah, you have to be humble with yourself. You have to get back to basics. You have to just take it easy at first. And even though I've been riding 10 years now,
that's a long time.
Every year. You have to be, swallow that pride, be humble with yourself, and just take it, back to riding 101. Don't be leaning into corners too hard. Don't be riding your bike too hard just because it's capable of doing it. And then you always have to worry about other people. That's my biggest fear, because all the time I'm on the highway, no matter if I'm on my way to work, if I'm just going hang out with my friends, there's a lot of people that are going 80 miles an hour for 900 feet at a time looking at their phone.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a big part of it. So like if I'm coming up to a light, if I'm coming up to a stop sign, I
like to watch foreign films when I'm driving.
Yeah,
with subtitles.
And you're squinting to look at the subtitles, right?
And I think your kind of bike, less accidents, right?
I would say so.
Let me see if we could pull it up.
The sport bike more.
Yeah, because if you have a sport bike, a lot of those bikes have anywhere from 120.
Like this is your word.
Yeah, it was me and my son there. But yeah, that's my bike and Cassidy's bike right there. Like, it has a lot of torque, so it gets you going pretty quick. But once you get up to speed, it's you could probably get that. I think like it governs out at like 115, maybe 120. But I'm not really trying to do that. I'm trying to cruise at like 70, 80 miles an hour, and it's for me. It's more about getting from point A to point B safely. Because like when we go on our rides, this is going to be our 4th year doing it, end of July. For me, I want to be able to crush 500-600 miles in a day.
You can't stretch out your feet, man. Stretch it out, man.
Yeah, I want to do
Boy, you're tall, man.
I want to do 500-600 miles in a day and not have to worry about a thing other than putting gas in my tank.
Dude, don't your ass get fucking numb when you're riding that long?
It's terrible.
Like, when you get, like, how long have you gone riding? Like, how long?
The most I've done in a day is 1,062 miles. I did it in 22 hours, and I went through 4 rainstorms that day. That was rough.
Rainstorms?
4 rainstorms, yeah.
How were you able to even maneuver the bike in the rain?
You just take it easy. That's really all you can do.
And everything's getting wet though, like
soaked. Yeah, Cassidy. You could ask Cassidy. Maybe sometime we do like an exclusive motorcycle podcast. We'll have Cassidy. We could have a Prad down.
That would be fucking amazing. I'd love that.
You know, we have so many stories we laugh about. That some stories we want out there. Some stories we probably don't want out there.
You gotta give me a couple.
Oh, the
ones that we could talk about.
Okay, so.
But before that, guys, you gotta check out JG Soma on Instagram. Because if you're thinking about, learning martial arts, like JG Soma, Instagram, they do jiu-jitsu, boxing. It's amazing. My dude Gadsden, the professor, he's an amazing teacher. So please, check out JG Soma on Instagram. You were saying, sorry.
No,
we have to get it. We have to get our little sponsors out there. You know?
You have to.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's tiny. We have a couple, which is tiny, but it's good. They support the channel, and we are happy for all the support. I know we've been drinking something else, but this is very special. There's a golden temple in Kyoto, Japan. My wife and I, we were there a few years ago, and I got this sake with the golden flakes. I just wanted to taste it with you guys. That's cool. If you finish it, then we could.
That's cool.
Taste it out. Wait, let me see if I could get it in there. I don't know if you can see the golden flakes. Yeah, but we sat on this for like maybe 7 years. 7 years. This sake right here. Wifey and I, when we went to Japan, it was like such a beautiful place, such a great place. I'd live there.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, if they didn't have earthquakes or tsunamis, I would live there.
The Fukushima seafood.
Yeah.
The fish with like 3 heads and shit like that. Right?
And if they loved black people, I'd live there. The girls, though, my wife was like protecting me, though, because them little girls, they're grown-ass women, but you could put at least 3 of them in your pocket.
So you're saying there were some deep pockets?
No, dude, because I remember we went to this spot where we had to cook our own food and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's so awesome because you pay up front for all you could eat and all you could drink.
It's fair enough.
And the Japanese love to drink.
Yep.
They love their... What?
They want to see if they can hang with the Americans too, I'm sure.
Dude, I'm telling you, they have little stalls. You'll be walking on the street. They have little stalls selling whiskey and beer. And sometimes you double it up. You know what I mean? Sometimes you double it up. Because so we in the spot where they're cooking for themselves, and there's like 4 Japanese girls next to me and my wife, and they were trying to buy me drinks, trying to, talk to me. My wife was like, no!
Yep.
We're popular out there, but the racism is strong out there, but they're still very welcoming. They're still very welcoming. I don't know about the men, but the women
very welcoming.
The women there are very welcoming. I don't want to talk about China, but Japan, the women are very welcoming.
They know you're not built like a sewing machine. That's why.
Let's see. That's it.
All right, nice.
Yeah,
And this is what, sake?
Yes, this is sake. Straight from Japan.
Thank you, sir.
straight from Japan, and you didn't get no gold flakes, but there are gold flakes in there.
That's okay. Figure.
Cheers, man. Cheers to better living.
Amen to that.
Yeah, dude. Isn't it surprising, man? Because I was with Pasgan today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's
I
doing.
love Paz.
He has this machine which prints on walls. He's
So
also
cool.
one of my sponsors.
Yep.
And you know, I loved how we were being men. You know what I mean? Just around each other, supporting each other, talking to each other, giving each other advice. We need more of it.
He's one of the real ones at work. You know, he's somebody that he's passionate about work. You know, I've had some great conversations about work stuff. I've hung out with him outside of work. Like his daughter means the world to him, and you know, snowboarding. Like he has a lot of like really fun hobbies to take his mind off of that place, and I respect that. And I'm happy for him that he's got about a year left to go.
Yeah, dude. And
ever since he transferred in from Hartford, I always gravitated towards him.
Yeah, the business that he's starting up is very, very good too.
I don't see a lot of people doing it.
No, he's the only one up here right now doing it.
It's as long as he gets the word out the right way, he could be like Ham Brown. Like he doesn't have a lot of competitors too.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
So and those two guys are two great examples of people, exceptional people inside and outside of work. I love both those guys, and they have businesses that I really hope are going to both take off.
It's
even
not
more than they already have.
You have to be very brave to start a business.
Absolutely. And,
it's not easy.
In a state that's not very business friendly, too.
I saw you doing the dispatching thing at one time. Yeah. Was that like a startup for you, or how was that?
Stuff.
Come on, man.
You gotta be cold calling people.
Okay.
Trying to get their business done. So people going through their thing, they might not be so nice or friendly.
Yeah.
And that might discourage you, but you still gotta keep going.
Yeah, because this is how, this is how I gotta live my life and make a living. So this is something I gotta try until something better comes along.
Yep.
That's a tough type of sales to do. I remember like when I used to sell appliances and TVs years ago. I looked at it like baseball, like all your Hall of Famer, baseball players. They're all 300 hitters. That means they failed 7 out of 10 times, but they're still one of the exceptional ones.
Yeah.
By hitting 300, that's like the bar. So if you take no for an answer, you got to find like what their objections are, and you got to overcome that and try to get a customer out of it.
Yeah, dude. Being a salesman isn't the easiest. And you were trying to acquire people because you were with truckers, or
yes.
So I don't know how it goes.
It's like they own the trucks, but while on the road they're not able to book their own loads.
So they're like independent truckers?
Yes.
I got you.
Owner operators.
Yep. That's like Worlds. Remember he left? He moved down to South Carolina?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you would go on the load board and book the load for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you do it. And you would take a percentage like.
So you would be contacting companies that need truck drivers and trying to get them to use your driver.
They would post the load on the load board.
Right.
You would call them. If the price isn't what you want, you would negotiate it to get a better price.
Oh, okay.
And then you call the driver and say, all right, do you think this is good for you? And they will say yes or no. And you book the load for them.
You get a percentage?
Yeah.
How much percentage?
I mean, it all depends.
Give me something. You don't do it now. You still do it? Now and again?
Yeah.
Okay. So give me a price. Like, how does it go?
Probably depends on what their load is, right? What the job is.
It's like you will have a set percentage. Sometimes some people take 10, 8, 5.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends.
And could you have a decent living if you had, a lot of companies that...
Yeah, you could.
You could have a decent living off of it.
Yeah.
But for you to start it up, it wasn't easy.
No, it's not easy.
But that is amazing for the fact that you you started it up. And how long did you do it?
Like a year or two.
So it lasted a year and 2 years.
The guy who I was doing, I had one client and he sold his truck.
Right.
So, you had to be calling. A lot of people have their dispatcher already. So just to find a person who's either just starting up and need a dispatcher
Okay.
or somebody who's getting rid of one.
Oh, damn.
So that's what you got to be calling.
So you got to be finding truckers.
Yes.
If you have enough truckers, then you could have. That's not easy though.
No.
Wow, that's hard. That's
I'm sure there's a market for it, though. Obviously, there is.
Yeah.
for more aggressive. Like there are really aggressive people out there when it comes on to sales. Like
Yeah.
that are built for it.
I mean, yeah, probably like a company. Say 5 of them start the same company, and 5 of them call it out.
Right, making
every
cold
day,
calls. Yeah,
Every minute, every boom boom.
yeah.
So yeah.
Honestly, my dude, I that's why I said we were built for law enforcement.
Yep.
Because I couldn't see myself doing any other job. I have to work for the government. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Because the private sector out there, it's
Tough.
It's very, very tough.
So, like, my experience doing sales, I did it from 2003 to when I started this job in 2015.
Yeah.
So I did it, 11 years and change. Like, for me, like, the way I always looked at it, like, you're a mercenary. You can't commit to a company. You just basically ride the wave as long as you can, make as much money as you can, and then if like they start to, your bonuses start to go down, or like the conditions of the business change, you have to already start looking for that next place where you're going to make your money.
Damn, dude. I tried sales. And it lasted one day.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
Nah, dude, I couldn't do it.
But like in all fairness, though, like that job,
Yeah.
that prepared me, for doing what we do now.
Especially talking.
For sure, yeah. Like it made me like not afraid to talk to anybody.
Right.
I would deal with people anywhere from 18 to 90 years old from every background you can imagine. Because I worked in Manchester. It's a pretty diverse town.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is very diverse. They also have another name for Manchester.
And you gotta be tough for 10 people.
Is it for like people that don't?
Starts with a C or
Is
a
it
K.
It's for people that.
Starts with a K.
It's probably for the people that.
Called Clanchester. That's what they call it. They call it Clanchester.
That's for people that don't like it being diverse. I get it. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's the famous name for it, Clanchester. But we are in America.
My wife teaches there. It's pretty diverse. Like
How is that? Teachers are. That's a rough job. I wouldn't do it.
it's tough.
I wouldn't do it.
It's tough right now.
I wouldn't do it.
Her school's actually getting fixed up right now, and she's not in like the same building.
I think they got to do like robots and put like a TV screen in and the teacher just do it from the TV screen in the robot belly.
Well, one of the problems is like they're teaching all these kids teaching them to the test. So they have these like mastery tests that they have to take, right around this time of year.
Right.
And they're just teaching the kids how to do well at tests a lot of times, and instead of like having the kids really,
I heard that the school system was just set up to have good workers.
That's what, like I heard that a while ago, and that's a fair assessment. Like I grew up in Enfield. It's like a blue collar / white collar town. It's similar to Manchester, and I think that's fair. Like I mean, all the best learning you can do is
the hours is set up. The hours is set up for for you to know that you're going to be at work for 8 fucking hours. You got to wake up early. You got to do all of this. It's just a system, another system. Because some people don't learn the way how they want you to learn.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like other people that is not gonna be, when it comes on to certain subjects, they're not gonna be about it. Maybe they're artistic. Maybe they're the type that listen. This dude needs to learn plumbing. You know what I mean? Like he gravitates to using his hands better than he's using his brain. But everybody got to sit down and be like, okay. My brother, he was dyslexic. JJ was dyslexic. He saw stuff backwards. He saw words backwards.
But he was good with his hands.
But he was an artist. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if he was over here, he would have went to a magnet school that was just straight for art. Yep. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? But when you just have the system that is just like, this is how it goes. This is how you got to learn. This is how it affects people differently. We're all not the same.
I think like her biggest gripe, and I think this is, she's taught in a lot of different environments. Like her biggest thing is that she wants kids to not teach them to the test. She wants people to think for themselves, and that seems like it goes against the grain a little bit. Like they don't want people to think for themselves.
Yeah. It's all, no.
She wants to inspire kids to do that, and
nobody wants.
it's not set up like that.
Nobody
in
wants
most
us
towns.
to think for ourselves. Why would you want to think for yourself? Yeah. Then we lose our control of everything. They everything is about control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They gotta keep us in line, and we don't think about it. I said they did the biggest Simon Says back in 2020.
Oh yeah, I kind of figured you were going to go there with that.
I have to. That was the biggest show of control.
COVID.
Yeah, that was the biggest show of control.
I'll tell you what, like for a little while, I was listening to what they were, telling us to do. Like, I was with the program for a little while, but I was questioning it, of course, because this is something that nobody ever really dealt with before. But once it came out with a vaccine, and my mom was asking me to get it because she had some health concerns about 5 years ago. Yeah, I almost got it, but then the thing that messed me up is that all of a sudden you start hearing ads. If you get your vaccination, here's a free Big Mac meal. If you get your vaccination, and actually here's tickets to this game, or here's tickets to the movies. It's once I saw that happening, I realized that they're putting profits over people.
Right.
And I think there's a bigger conspiracy involved. I think one of the problems is all these companies that lost a lot of money from people getting hooked on painkillers. Yeah, they're out billions of dollars they had to pay out. Right. I think they created this problem and they came up with a solution with it. Right. But that's just my opinion. I'm like one of those tinfoil hat guys. Not as much as one of the people that we work with that you know who I'm talking about. But
Allen, anytime you ready to go or anything, man, you just say it, dude. This is no script all day. My buddy here, we staying for a minute, right? Okay.
Yeah,
we good. So when you ready to go, just let me know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, just say it, man.
He's getting antsy.
I saw him getting antsy. I know he didn't come to stay. I know, but this is how it goes, baby.
He's like dancing a jiggle. Like, trying to be polite.
All right, I'm gonna walk my cuz out, and we're gonna be right back. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. We're still here.
Oh yeah,
We're still here. This has been so much fun.
your cousin's a great guy, by the way. I love how
He is nice.
Yeah, I just love how you guys just like picked up like right where you left off. It's good to have people like that in your life, you know. It just doesn't matter how long you guys have been apart from each other.
And it's been like maybe 20 something, almost 30 years.
Yeah,
It was
it has to be like I'm sure you don't want to show it in front of me, but it had to be like an emotional experience to an extent. I would say so.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. In a sense, yeah. It was kind of emotional because he was like a real. Not only was he a cousin, but he was a good friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we
Absolutely.
we hanged out. We did stuff together when we were younger.
Before there were cell phone cameras.
Oh, dude, all we did was run around and play and get into all kind of different adventures as kids. You know, let our imagination run.
Yep.
You know, but not only that, you just there was such an innocence to it. You know what I mean?
You probably had that until you became a police officer down there. To an extent, right?
Yeah, you could tell he is trying to be a better man,
I respect him for it.
being positive. Because seeing a lot of negativity makes you want to be a positive person.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I think the thing that I realized like kind of recently is that I think once you hit like your late 20s,
Yeah.
you have everything working for you. You have your life together. Like you're just getting married, you're having kids. Your career's taking off usually. Maybe you have a house at that point. Like you feel like you know everything, and then like I turned 40 a week ago, and you just realize you know nothing.
Nah, dude, you're still learning.
You have to be humble, and
You're still learning.
and you have to realize that look, I'm halfway done. I still got
so much more to learn
a lot to learn.
and so much more to experience.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be afraid of that.
No, but you have to take it, take it in stride. Differently. You have to approach it differently. The older that you get,
Because your body is going to start to, not act like how it used to when it was younger.
Yeah, I noticed like as soon as I hit maybe 35 or so.
Yeah.
Like it's not like if you go to the gym a couple days in a row, your recovery time it just isn't what it used to be.
Nah, dude. And sometimes you just got to admit. Because one of the things I think as a middle-aged man,
Yeah.
you got to admit that you're a middle-aged man.
Well, yeah, about a week and a half ago, I was like, I'm not officially not a kid anymore. There's a 4 in front of that number.
Right.
I mean, it's maybe somebody that's 60 or 70 might say I'm a
Congrats
kid,
for
but-
making it, though.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
Yeah, that's true. I was surprised I made it to 45, dude.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at 46, coming up. And I'm like, damn. Is the nothingness close?
I think, we touched on religion a little bit.
Yeah, no.
One thing for me that's been like weird about our job is that, for me anyway,
Yeah.
sometimes I go into it thinking like I don't believe in anything. How could these people do these things? And they're still here, they're still breathing, they're still this, they're still that.
These evil things. Yeah.
At the same time, you're managing anywhere from like 80 to like 120 people,
Right.
and you're walking out the door at night, and you made it out safe. So it's like, yeah, it messes with your head a little bit.
That's true. If it does fuck with you knowing that
Any given day, you have to be at peace with it. Any given day,
I'm going into this.
yeah,
I'm going into this dangerous place.
yeah,
With no weapon,
with nothing,
nothing, just me,
yeah.
and I have to survive these
This is
hours.
a job we have to, we have to get the job done, and I feel like it's been getting more dangerous lately.
It's getting way more dangerous.
Like I don't want to name specifics, because
Right.
I don't want who knows who's watching this podcast.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm pretty
really-
sure. I'm pretty sure the names that act like they don't watch it, they're watching it.
I'm sure of it.
Believe me.
But they
are.
might even agree with us that it's incrementally more dangerous than it used to be.
Yeah.
But they might be at a loss for words like, all right, where do we start to fix this? Or do we want to, can we fix this? Or is it
we can fix it. We can fix it.
Yeah.
We know what's the problem and why we're having so much more violence in the prison system. Why there is more drugs in the prison system.
The last 6 to 9 months, it seems like it's crazy.
It's crazy. The boogeyman is gone. Northern is gone.
Yeah.
And that was the boogeyman.
Nobody wanted to do time there. Nobody.
The ticket blocks are gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The accountability's gone too. Like the thing that we can fix,
right?
That I get upset about, and again, like I only want to touch on work here or there. I don't want to just
that's fine. Man.
Stay with it, but
it's part of your life.
Yeah, it's with you enough. Like the thing that I think used to be pretty effective is that when somebody did something egregious and say went to seg for 5 days, 7 days, once they came out of seg, they went to a different block.
Yeah.
Nowadays, a lot of times they go back to the same block, same cell, and if you have an officer that's trying to do their job or at least do the bare minimum to be a superstar, now you have like a huge conflict.
Right.
You have an inmate that's...
You got the troublemaker that you wrote the tickets, you got him out.
And they're antagonizing you now, and they're throwing it in your face. And that could be completely avoided. Right.
If they would stick to the proper way of doing it when this person gets out of restrictive housing.
Right.
If you send them to... Because this is how it used to go. You fucked up, you start over.
You have to do the whole mile over.
You got to do the whole mile over.
But probably taking 9 months to a year to get back to the main building.
Right.
And that was a way of keeping people accountable.
Right. And if you don't start over, you can't feel it. Because I remember when I first started and I was in H-Pod, you had dudes there. H-Pod, they were always a little bit off the chain, but they were always good because you had dudes wanting to get jobs.
Right. It's like no man's land. That's where people go when they just lost their job or it's somebody waiting to get a job. Like they're on the hiring list.
And you find out there's a lot of people that wants to feel useful while they're in prison.
Right.
So they would want something to occupy their minds while you have the bums who will stay in H-Pod and not go for a job and just stay down there and be bums and troublemakers and whatnot. But there was structure.
There was.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And when you have that structure and then you get rid of that structure, especially in this day and age of no respect for law enforcement or...
And with the younger crowd coming in, a lot of these guys with a 4-digit number, it starts with a 4.
Yeah.
That's just our state in particular. But a lot of these younger guys that are just coming in at 20, 25 years old, they're making everybody else's time harder too. Like the people that have been down for a long time.
Right, because they come in with no respect whatsoever. No. You know what I mean?
Because they don't want to listen to the old heads. They don't want to listen to the officers. And they know that, like, on second shift, for instance, like, 80% of the staff is going to be brand new. It's going to be like, somebody with a month on the job teaching somebody how to do something. And that's kind of scary.
Right.
And I know they're working on implementing, like, some type of, like, a field training officer post. It's been a work in progress. And I really hope that they will see the light on that and it'll come to fruition because I think that'd be beneficial for us.
It would be great. It would be great to have some of the administration on the show to really pick their brain about how they deal with and how they administer when it comes on to the shifts.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
I feel like we both have enough time there where we could start asking questions, and to be fair, to be respectful. I think it could be productive.
Yeah, but I feel like it's talking to the deaf and the dumb as soon as you start to, because you would think you would talk to the people on the ground floor,
right?
The guys that has to be
in the trenches.
In the trenches, you think you would want to know what can we do to make it safer,
right?
And I understand to the public, they don't have to see them and they don't have to deal with them. So it's closed away.
Right.
So that's why, firefighters will be heroes and policemen, even policemen will be heroes and all that. Correction officers are the redhead stepchild of law enforcement.
I tell people that we're kind of like if you watch football, we're kind of like the linemen. Like we make the play happen. We make that hole for the running back. it's not a glory position. You're not going to remember the people's names, but we get the job done. It's all part of it.
We have to keep them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there are so many stresses. There are so many stressors that comes with it.
For sure.
And it's not out there. And I don't think it will ever be out there.
And a lot of people don't know where to look for places to talk about those things too.
That is true. That's why I feel like when I started this,
yeah,
I wanted to get the interest in people that I'm around.
For sure, yeah.
To come and just have a conversation.
Yep.
Talk, relax, get something that's on you, get it out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Get it out. Just speak it out. There's nothing wrong with you speaking it out and getting it out there, especially now.
Because whatever you have to say or I have to say, we're definitely not, alone in a lot of the things that we're thinking about.
No, we're not.
And I don't know about you, just like from my own experience, not to put myself out there, and I don't want. But if you looked at like my timesheet,
yeah,
the last 2-3 years, I've used more time away from that place than I ever have, just because I, with this new rec schedule.
No, the safety is not there.
No,
for the officers.
And I'm not gonna have a blanket statement like saying like, oh, I'm against it, because I think that if people are involved in school, if they're involved in activities where they're going to build themselves up, if they're going to have the opportunity to get out and do something with their life, I think they should have more out of cell time for that. But the problem that we have is everybody's just given a blanket same amount of out of cell time, and they're being destructive with it rather than constructive with it.
Right.
And there's only so much that we could do to manage that.
I see. This is what I understand. Like I remember. I'm going to give you an example of something that happened to me. I went on a field trip with my kids a long time ago. We went to New York, Chinatown, and I was in the bus, and there was a kid in the back that was misbehaving badly, being loud and.
Yep, I'll see him in a couple of years.
And one of the teachers that was with me, that was with us.
Yeah,
she was like, "You're a correction officer. Go tell him to
correct him.
Go tell him. Go tell him to be quiet. Go get him to sit down." So I said to her, "Do you want me to go back there and grab him up in the shirt, like grab him up and slap him in the face and say, 'Shut the fuck up,' And she was like, 'Oh no, all right.' And then I said, 'Okay, all right, I won't hit him. All right, you want me to grab him and shake him and say, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna hurt you.' And she said, 'No.' I said, 'What would you like me to do?' She said, 'Just go back there and try to tell him to be quiet.' And I said, 'What are the repercussions of him not being quiet? If he says I'm not going to be quiet, what do I do?'
Probably none.
She said, 'Oh, don't do nothing.' I said, 'Then why would I go tell him to be quiet if I cannot do something else to show him, if you don't be quiet, this is what's going to happen to you?'
Yeah.
He has no repercussions. He's not going to stay quiet. He doesn't have to.
Right. And to touch on that, like that's one of the things that I talk about with my son, is that every decision that you make, no matter how small or how big, is shaping you on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And all of those decisions that you make you're going to be a collective of those decisions and choices that you've made, and you want to get in the right mindset now. That you're making the right decisions, you're making the right choices. That way, when you go out independently in the world, Mom and Dad are going to be there for you as much as possible, but you have to survive on your own. Yeah. You have to be self-sufficient.
You got to build that independence, and that's what you got to build your kids on.
And I'm not against like a teacher, like if they have to, I'm not saying the teacher smacks a kid around, but I remember being in 4th grade and my teacher, Mr. Brown, I remember, great guy.
Shook you up a bit.
No, it wasn't me. Oh, okay. It was another kid. Again, not going to name names.
Okay, please don't.
I don't have to name names, but he escorted him outside, and when just in the way that he grabbed his kid's collar and put him up against the wall, he just did it in a sense that like,
hey, I'm an adult and you were a kid.
he means business. That you're interrupting my entire class. Like, there's 19 other kids here that are
Want to learn.
distracted, and you're the only so you know what, like, that actually worked for that kid to an extent. Like,
That's good.
Like, he didn't interrupt their class the whole rest of the year. Pretty much, he was the fear of God was placed in him. And I don't think that's wrong. I think kids need that, and sometimes they need to hear that from somebody other than their parents.
Right.
You know, I'm not saying my kid's an angel around other parents, but like it's refreshing when you hear a rave review that your kid did the right thing or he's being a leader. Yeah,
it is good when you know that the teaching and the learning doesn't stop from school. You know what I mean? Because it's good that you are also teaching him at home.
You have to. It's never ending. As soon as you have that kid, you know, it's a lifelong process. You're still learning yourself, but you're also teaching this little person, your little mini me, to do the right thing. And you want them to be not necessarily a carbon copy of you. You want them to be a better man than you.
Yes, you're building a better
version.
A better version.
Yeah.
And that's what we would love all our kids to be.
It doesn't necessarily happen. I think there's a lot of nature versus nurture that goes on, and depending on the environment that you bring your kids up in, I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
You know,
elaborate some more.
Well, just I for instance, one of the people that we worked with that retired recently.
Okay. Like,
some of his kids are in a whole heap of trouble for what they did, and I think you know who I'm talking about. I don't have to name names, but I'm not trying to be serious here. I always got along with this particular person, but
I did too.
But
I did too.
The way like I assessed
it sounds cryptic what we're saying, but this person, kids, they murdered a couple people.
I wasn't going to be that specific, but
we have to say it. It sounds like because you got to remember this is a
we're trying to entertain
this is a
people,
podcast. This is a podcast. So if we kind of talking, but we're talking in code because we know what we're talking about.
Right. We have to let them know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about a correction officer whose kids went out and murdered 3 people.
3.
Yeah,
whole family.
Yeah,
it was a drug and a weapon deal that went bad.
Right.
It was pretty gruesome. But where I was gonna go with this, your laugh just makes me want to start laughing and not be serious right now.
I'm laughing.
Once you start laughing,
I'm laughing because I remember this dude, and this dude was a straight up liar. He lies about everything, and he acted like he was a great father, and he all he did was grew up fucking killers.
Well, the main reason why I'm bringing it up is I think that as a parent, like, you owe it to your kids to try to raise them in a better environment than that you grew up in.
Hold on. We got Bob Smith that says no, and Amanda. Hold on. Let me lower this.
Sure.
Sorry.
We have dissenters.
Sorry, my dude. No. We have some comments. We have some comments. Oh shit. He said Chris Benoit. Okay.
Chris Benoit, he was a wrestler.
Benoit, okay.
He took his family.
Benoit. Oh, the killing family, the family killing Chris Benoit. Okay. Nina says you are fucking hilarious. Chip the Brick, there's a lot of people smarter than you. I love that. Bob Smith. Why are you wearing all blue? Are you a Crip?
No, the answer is no.
No, he's wearing all blue because he's blue.
No, my face doesn't have a bunch of
the blue line, baby.
My face doesn't have a bunch of detention desk tattoos, so I'm not a Crip.
Detention desk.
Yeah,
that's what they became, huh? They became the school desk. You know what I mean?
I just can't take it serious. Yeah.
Okay, Nina misses me. I miss you too, baby. I bet you guys like to help each other take a piss. What the fuck? Who is Bob Smith? Don't know who that is.
Bob Smith's killing it right now, though.
Yeah, Bob Smith he's let me see. We have one mutual friend. I know the mutual friend. So, I know who Bob Smith is.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, Bob Smith. I love you, man.
We love you. I'm sure I love you too.
You're an awesome dude. I got another name for him on my phone, so I didn't recognize it was him.
Gotcha.
You know, he's. We miss you. You've been out for a very long time.
Okay.
And we hope your recovery is going well. He's still very injured, and he has to do another surgery. So, yeah, he had the vasectomy because he got hurt with the back at work, and now he has to get a double fusion.
Did you say vasectomy?
No, vasectomy.
I thought you said vasectomy. I was like,
vasectomy.
I was gonna say.
I gotta enunciate.
I was gonna say, like, I guess the guy's laid up for a little while. I didn't think it was that bad when you get that done.
His balls got so big,
like gigantic nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like. Have you ever seen? What was it? What was it? Oh my God!
What the episode of South Park was?
South Park when the balls got
the wheelbarrow. Yeah,
I didn't know women was into big balls. That was weird because they were acting like the women were really into big balls. You know, what do you think? Do you think women like big balls?
There's got to be a few out there.
They like big balls.
It's got to be. There's the AC/DC song "Big Balls," so it's got to be true. You ever hear that song?
No, I never heard that.
Oh, you got to hear AC/DC "Big Balls."
If I play it, it's gonna be copyrighted.
Right?
Can you sing a part? No, like a chorus. The part that has the balls.
I'm not going to do any justice.
The part that's the balls part. You could talk it out. What it says. I have to know what it says.
No, it's your homework, man. You got to check out that song.
You got to say it now because it would help out. Does it say, please lick my big balls?
No, it's not that specific. It's full of like innuendos.
Innuendos saying
about people going to like a ballroom.
Yeah.
Also, it works out perfectly for somebody's actual balls.
Oh, okay. All right. Because
I remember hearing that on the radio the first time when I was like my kid's age, and I couldn't stop laughing. And just looking back, thinking like, you know, my dad looking at me like thinking it was funny. Yeah. And at the time it was probably like a 20-year-old song, so it's got to be a 40, 50-year-old song at this point.
I grew up my kids on certain rock and roll.
Yeah,
like 3 Days Grace was the shit for my kids. I love playing 3 Days Grace. I don't know if you know them.
Yeah,
you know they did like Riot and.
It's not my thing, but I respect them.
You know. Oh, what are you into? Oldies?
Oh, I've been playing guitar since I was 11, so I'm all over the place.
Oh, get the fuck out, yeah. Oh, he took it. Yeah, my son plays guitar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude, he plays. I think like 3 different styles of guitars, and
that's cool.
He is very into. It was playing since he was 7.
Nice.
Yeah, so 10 years now of playing guitar. And, you know, I asked him if he wanted to because I don't like forcing things on my kids.
And I'm trying to get mine to play because I have so much gear, and what am I going to do with it someday? Once I'm a pile of dust, what's it going to do? I want to make sure somebody enjoys it.
He's gonna be able to sell it and take the money, do something.
Yeah, I don't want you to say that. I want him to be enjoying it, playing it.
Listen. If he doesn't love it,
yeah,
that's just it. If he's not, you have it there. You're playing it, right?
For now, yeah.
Have you played it so he hear you playing?
Absolutely. I involve him every now and then, listening, teaching him.
And he's not interested.
He is, but he feels like he has a lot on his plate, and he does to an extent. But
how old is he?
He's 11.
Oh yeah.
Because he does jiu-jitsu 3 times a week, scouts 1 night a week, and then he has baseball or soccer depending on the season.
You see, when my son started to play guitar, I told him, play because you love it.
Yeah, that's the best advice you give to a kid. Otherwise, if you force it, they're going to look at it like it's the enemy.
So he had classes like maybe once a week, twice a week.
That's perfect, yeah.
And then when he was a kid, he wouldn't really pick it up that much.
Yeah.
But then I saw him when he turned like 13, 14. He would start to play by himself and.
Yep.
You know what I mean? No, he just basically fell in love with it, and he would ask for different guitars on like Christmas, birthdays, stuff like that.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And he fell in love with playing guitar.
That's that, and you know what? Like to come full circle on things. That's one of the things that gives like me a little bit of like it takes my mind off of work.
Yeah,
it's definitely a sense of like escape. Like when I, from like end of November to March, about end of March. Those 4 months.
Yeah, dude.
My bike is in the garage. I
Next
play my
time you
guitar
gotta bring
all
the
time.
guitar and fucking jam out, dude. You gotta bring the guitar and jam out, because I'll make sure.
Make sure he's here. We can play.
Yeah, we're gonna schedule it, and he'll be here because he's the one that operates all this shit. He did this before you came.
He set it all up.
He set it all up because I'm a caveman. You know what I mean?
It's your man cave. It makes sense.
I'm joking. I could do it, but I gotta make him feel like he's my son. So
Yeah.
I want him to feel like he's
a part of it.
He's a part of it. So I act naive. You won't see this. I act naive to a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because I've been on this earth a long time.
But as fathers, you have to do that sometimes, because you don't want to just tell kids how it is all the time and have them just accept it as truth. You want them to figure the world out. And that's one of my favorite things being a dad.
Yeah.
Is I love, watching my son and seeing him, figure things out on his own and thinking for himself.
Yeah. That is awesome. Because one of the things I always leave with, like, say to my kids, I'm never too old to learn.
No, you have to be humble like that. I agree.
And you're never too young to teach me something.
True.
You know what I mean? Because you're going to learn something that I might have never known about. And there's nothing wrong with you sharing that knowledge with me, even though you're way younger than me.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
And a lot of us, I don't know, we kind of feel like only certain people can tell us things.
Yeah, I mean, the older you get, the more set in your ways you are. I understand that.
I feel like we got to be more understanding
I would say so.
To everyone, in a sense. Not to the idiots, though.
I'll tell you what, like that's another thing with this job. Like in some ways,
yeah,
it gives you a sense of like empathy, but at the same time, like,
so you empathize with some of these numbskulls.
Well, I do it to understand them better, because I feel like the more I understand them, the safer my environment around me potentially could be.
Oh,
so like I'm not the guy that just wants to be a wallflower and just stand there and let them do whatever they want. Like I like picking their brains. I like to see where they're at mentally.
Yeah,
I pay attention to who talks to who, and
you should do.
You get a general feel of the flow of the environment that you're in.
All right, and you also figure out like who is leading from who is following, and who is a dummy from who is not the dummy, and who you could fuck with mentally because you want them to do the right thing. So you gotta twist them up so that they, you know what I mean, and the troublemakers from who is the manipulators.
Oh, there's plenty of them there.
Which is 100% of everyone there.
For sure.
A manipulator. So it is something that you have to.
So in a sense, like a lot of times, not to say that it's like a fake empathy, but like a lot of times I like picking their brain to see where their head's at. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's what like mental health does more than what we do, but if you're going to be in a block more than any other place, you need to know the temperature of the unit. And
what your conclusion come down from you picking their brains? 9 years of picking brains.
Oh, there's been plenty of that. Yeah.
What's your conclusion? Do you even come up with a conclusion, a hypothesis? What? Like something?
I think to be fair, I think there's so many people that are there that just had no structure growing up. Mm-hmm. No matter what kind of background they come from, and it doesn't necessarily mean. Just because they didn't have like a dad or like or like a mom, they just didn't have structure in their life, and now you and I are placed with this task of providing structure to somebody that doesn't want structure.
Yeah,
there might be 5 or 10% of that population that like sees the light, like, oh, you know what, he's onto something. What he's trying to teach me or tell me, it could be meaningful if I could take that with me when I'm out.
Yeah, but
I feel, again, at the end of the day, you're not really getting through to many people. You're not fixing much of anything. But I still I like to know. For me, it helps like figure out like.
Well, it's
like
part of
where
your. It's kind of you're part of the rehabilitation also. In a sense.
In a sense,
as much as you're protecting them and protecting the normal folks.
Right.
You still have to try to impart something to make them a better person, or try to see if you could try to make them a better person, like be a suitable civilian for, for the world. You know what I mean? Like try to get a normal job and be satisfied with, what you have and work harder.
Right.
And
I think that like the approach that we take is that there's too many people that are there that think that we could fix everybody, and there's a lot of people that are there that just can't be fixed. So even if we have like our heart's in the right place, and you're wishing the best upon people, you're trying to set a good example. Mm-hmm. There's just a lot of people there that just don't want to be fixed, and it is what it is, and nobody wants to accept that as truth, and that makes that place dangerous too.
Yeah, that there are going to be violent, angry people that will never understand what going with the right part of society is.
Right.
I have to make a problem. All the time. I have to be a problem.
All the time.
All the time. I have to go against the grain all the time. No, in my head, I'd be like, line them up, with a big old ditch in front of them, and then just bop, 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 and be done.
Yeah.
But it's not my world. We have to live with them.
Right.
We have to live with them. But if we have to live with them, shouldn't Connecticut realize the mistakes they have made in the past, like the Cheshire incident?
Oh, for sure.
That, the early paroles are not good.
And that goes back to what you were talking about earlier. When you see somebody, with that cardboard sign at the exit ramp, like that's the same guy holding that sign up. Is the same one that's going to be cutting your catalytic converter off when you're not looking.
Yes, exactly.
So it's like you're going to get $1,300 for all that palladium and all these minerals anyway. So what's my $1 going to change?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like it's things that we know need to be fixed.
People want to have to fix themselves. It has to be in themselves to make the change. And that's why it's important for us now to invest in our kids so they could avoid this whole atmosphere and this whole environment that we're in. I'm telling my son right now, like, hey, you got to get some type of a skill, because I'll tell you what, like, I don't know about you, but all my friends I grew up with, most of us went to college.
Yeah.
Only one of my buddies I could say, like, for sure, without like digging deeper, like one of my good friends from high school.
Yeah.
He went to be an electrician.
Right.
And he's doing better than all of us.
I believe it. I've always directed my kids into getting a profession that is going to be usable,
right? And
that's going to mean something,
for sure.
You know what I mean?
And you, that way, with that skill set, you could go anywhere in the country and be successful.
Yeah, I've got someone in the medical field.
Yep.
Which is my oldest daughter. I have someone that's going to be an engineer, which is my youngest daughter.
Absolutely.
And my youngest boy, he's going straight into forensic science.
Yep.
He's going to learn how to detect crime.
Yeah.
Figure out who killed whom. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Those are some of my favorite books.
You're talking don't even go there, man. Because I love thrillers and mysteries.
Okay, so question.
Okay.
So I watched all 7 seasons of Bosch on Amazon.
I also watched Bosch.
And I'm on the Legacy now.
Okay.
It's good, but
I'm not on the Legacy.
So they're doing a 3rd season of Legacy.
It's
going to tie in like another character in that world.
I couldn't get over his daughter. His daughter she's a horrible actress.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy her at all. I don't enjoy her
what can you do?
with her acting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I get it.
Bosch is amazing.
Yeah.
That North style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's so great storytelling.
Absolutely. So that's what I was going to get at. Like, after I finished watching, all 7 seasons of Bosch, I watched it all 7 seasons probably over the course of like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Like I catch an episode, 2 episodes at a time. You know, I don't want to rush it because like there's been so many series like where I just slam through it,
just binge,
and all I'll remember is that I liked it. I won't remember
Right.
specific details. So that's like after, you know, taking my time watching this series because it had like a little bit of a slow burn at first.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, and I started reading all the Michael Connelly books. I've read about 9 of them so far. There's like probably 20, 25 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was mostly into like Thomas Harris.
Yeah.
And there's this one guy I can't remember, but he had a character was more like a assassin type, mercenary type, military type, but I can't remember the author's name. But I've always loved a good detective drama.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? The ones
Bosch is like that gritty type of guy, like no nonsense. Yeah.
And I love that they placed it, because if you want to go for the noir type, you could put them in New York, but L.A. is just a different monster.
That's where all the Bosch books take place.
Yes,
and you know what I like about it? Like I didn't really know. I realized how little I knew about L.A.
Okay.
And until I got into the show, and then because like sometimes I'll be reading the books and talking about certain places, and it's. And you know how I read books is if I read something I don't know how to pronounce something, or if they're talking about like some type of like a landmark I'm not aware of, like
okay.
I'll write it down and I'll go back and I'll research it just to try to paint the picture in my head.
Yeah.
That helps me like process the information when I'm reading.
Yeah, that's great when the novel, as much as it's a fictitious novel,
right?
It's great that it's teaching you things.
Yeah, even though you're being entertained, you're still learning.
Yes. I've always like swayed to fictitious books than nonfiction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have no problem with nonfiction. I don't mind learning from someone.
Right.
But as much as we live in this world, I think we like escapes.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? That's one thing we human beings. We try to see if we could cheat death by putting ourselves in danger.
Some people are better at that than others.
Dude, I see it when we driving, man. As soon as it starts to rain, they get nuts.
Oh yeah.
Or when it snows or whatever.
Yep.
But we also like our little escapes.
For sure.
And when you do it right, meaning you have a great author or you have a great director or a great screenwriter, and they put the story so perfectly together that it could just take you away from all the things that is making you either sad or angry or just bothering you. Yep. And it takes you away. That's one of the most awesome things that you could find out. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it makes you realize that you don't have it so bad, and you stop feeling so sorry for yourself.
Yes. Yeah, dude. Yeah, for real. Like you have to realize that maybe you're okay.
Yeah, life's not so bad.
Maybe you're doing all right.
Yeah.
I grew up reading a lot of Stephen King.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Stephen King takes you to some dark places.
Oh, yeah.
Some dark places. But I love how Stephen King has always had an ending. He's never the dude that just goes black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the good always overcomes.
Yeah.
There was one book that I loved. And, oh, God, I can't remember the fucking name, but The Devil Came to Town.
Yeah.
And he had this shop that you could buy all different types of, knickknacks or whatever. But whatever you buy, it would help you, but it would also destroy you. It's the devil.
Right.
It's going to be good at first.
Double-edged sword, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be good at first, but of course it's going to turn bad. But to watch, like, as much as this powerful being, which, whatever, this powerful being that is supposed to be supernatural.
Right.
You watch a human being overcome the supernatural being. It's like, yeah, we could fight the good fight. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how strong this opponent is.
It gives you a little bit of willpower to overcome whatever you're going through in your life, even though you're reading a book.
Right. And it shows the temptations that might come with it.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? It shows the temptations that come with it. And you're like, okay, if it was me, maybe I would choose that. Maybe I would take that. But
yeah.
You're like,
and sometimes it's like you're watching this character like unfold, and you see the path that they're going down. And you can't stop it. You just have to accept it for what it is, even though you handle things differently.
that's why I loved Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Dude, that's why I loved it. You watched it?
I didn't like it at first, but I, what happened to me actually, like I ended up watching, I think, the first 2 or 3 episodes. I did it probably 2 or 3 times, and I just, people kept saying, "Oh, just work past it."
Work past it. The language, the style. It's a lot of houses, a lot of names.
The thing that I have a hard time with Game of Thrones is the whole premise of it. It's like you have this king, Baratheon, and he gets gored by a pig on a hunting trip. Like,
Right.
And that, like, in that world or whatever, that sounds like it's a pretty, like, commonplace thing. But what's strange about it is, like, how much turmoil that caused.
But before that, remember the hand got poisoned.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And there was someone that realized that the hand got poisoned and was saying, "Hey, he didn't die of natural death. There's something going on at King's Landing that is going to cause an uprising in the whole country."
I think what I loved about it is that what you love about Stephen King, that like the good overcomes the evil.
Yeah.
Like I like. I always like Game of Thrones because like your brain is wired to like that style where there's like a conflict resolution of some sort.
Right.
Yeah.
But also
But with Game of Thrones, nobody was ever safe.
No, because
evil wins a lot.
Because no one is ever safe.
No.
Because it wanted to show you this is the real world.
Right.
The characters that weren't going to die.
Right.
Right. But there were some characters that you thought wasn't going to die.
Like Ned Stark. Oh, he's dead.
Dude, I think everyone should use Ned Stark as an example of when you're going to somewhere that is alien to you.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
That you need to do your research.
Your due diligence, yeah.
Right.
Your homework, yeah.
Right, you got to do your homework.
Yeah.
You also have to not listen or trust, but take in what the people that's been there all this time before you. Kind of take in what they're saying, and also don't do it trustfully. Just take it in and then find out from other stuff.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because Littlefinger was like, "Yo, arrest such and such, do such and such, do this and that."
He was such a good bad guy.
He was the best bad guy.
I think so. He's up there.
I wanted him to be king.
I think there was a chance for a while. For a while, I was thinking that he might end up being king.
The way how he connived and screwed because he was the dude behind everything.
Yeah,
he was the dude. I think he was the one that's also a spy for the bank. In Bravos, he was a spy for the Bravos bank because because I went deep into it, and like stuff like that I love.
Yeah,
because George R.R. Martin did it, but he used factual things to make his story. It was the War of the Roses. Have you ever heard of the War of the Roses? The fight for the Plagentas. I think that was their name, to get that, because I think they were the rightful king of England, and there was a fight and all of that for who to become the rightful king and all of that crap. Like he took it from real life occurrences that happened in the United Kingdom with naming the king.
You could tell he was influenced by some of that stuff.
Oh no, dude,
sure.
It was very influenced because they call it low fantasy.
Yeah,
it's not high fantasy where you got elves and dwarves and stuff like that. And I love the fact that the drama was a kind of a political drama, and then you have dragons,
right?
But most of it was the political drama.
Yeah,
and the fact that this person was in exile and that person, and we know these people are bastards and they're king, and this one is supposed to be king, and
I think what I liked about the show too, like I was able to watch, I think probably like 4 or 5 seasons before I started reading the books, and I read the first 2 books back to back.
Right.
And what helped me out with the books is that there was just so many characters. I was able to put like a face to a name.
Yeah.
It helped me organize my thoughts and process that information, because I think it would have been tougher otherwise.
Yeah.
Because there's just literally so many characters.
I read the books also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to read the books too. As soon as it started, I was like, books.
Yeah.
Get most of it. Get more of it. I like to jump into the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
It
create
changes
the
your
world.
mindset, yeah.
Yeah. Do you need to go to the bathroom?
I'm good for now.
You sure?
Probably in a little bit.
All right. We good. We good on time. We have like half an hour more.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? At any time. That's one of the good things when it's your show. You know, they used to have pirate radio back in the day when you couldn't play rock and roll in the UK or certain places.
That was a movie that came out like, what, 20 years ago?
I think so. I think they had it on a ship.
Yeah.
They had it on a ship.
Pretty cool.
They had it on a ship. And you have to be licensed because, you know, you have what they call it, the FCC.
Well, out there it's the BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. Yeah.
Right. You know you got to pay taxes for your TV.
It's if you look at your cable bill, for sure.
If you want a TV, you got to pay taxes on it in England.
Yeah.
That's if you have a TV. They got TV tax.
Yeah, I'm not surprised one bit.
I wouldn't do it. I would not have a TV. Not in this day and age. I'm not paying it.
No.
And I've watched the BBC. It's not that entertaining.
No.
And I've watched a lot of shows on the BBC.
No, the only thing that I've ever really enjoyed, like from like the BBC, was like the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, like all these like outtakes that they have, like from like playing live on their stations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got a good series that you might like. It's called Midsummer.
Okay.
Midsummer Murders. It's done like in the English countryside. These little
Is this Anthony Horowitz?
That the actor?
The author.
It might be. Midsummer Murders.
It sounds familiar to me.
It's been on for 24 seasons.
Oh, that's it? So I'd have some catching up to do.
No, it's 24 seasons.
Yeah.
It started back in, I think...
90s probably.
Back in the 90s. Okay. And it's these beautiful English villages. And at least 3 people get murdered. And it's...
In the nicest places. And they got to figure out who did it.
Yeah. It's fucking...
where's like the Cotswolds or someplace like that?
It's what's the fucking... It's Midsummer.
Yeah.
It's called Midsummer.
Okay.
But there's different areas. Like the county is Midsummer, and then you have the towns, the little villages have different names and shit, like Coventry or whatever, and murders happen there. But there's always like some kind of baron or whatever or
account of some sort.
Dude, it's just such good BBC fun.
All right, I'll check it out. What's it on?
I go on Prime.
Okay.
And my wife loved them, so I watched them too because I have no choice.
If you got to sit through, you might as well try to enjoy it.
I have no choice, dude. I have no choice. That's a part of the pussy right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, spend time with me. Let's watch the show. I gotta watch it.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
We got a couple shows in common that we watch, but there's not a lot.
What are those?
Well, like the ones where like the cooking competitions.
Okay.
Like to both of us, it's fascinating. They get these ingredients together. They make something within an hour.
Right.
But it's not like it inspires her to do that. You know.
So when you're watching the cooking channel, are you like, hey, that looks good?
Yeah.
You should try that.
No, but it's like, what are you getting out of it? It's like, what kind of knowledge are you seeking from this?
Right.
Or I know it's partially entertainment, but you got to think that this could be applied some way to your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how, the only way I justify watching it.
Right.
Usually I just try to fall asleep as quick as I can.
I do that too. She says, you just spend time with me to fall asleep. And I said, nah, I try to spend time with you.
You didn't keep me up.
But whatever we're doing puts me to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She won't come to partake in my hobbies. You know what I mean? But I have to go to partake in hers, which is not a good thing. Like, do your wife partake in your hobbies?
Not one bit. Sometimes I think things would be easier if she did.
Right.
But I can't force her. If you don't want to be on the back, I bought a nicer bike.
Right.
So she'd be more comfortable on the back.
Right.
But she has no interest in it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, to be fair to her, like she's not standing in my way
Of you
at all
riding or
for me
whatnot.
having my fun. So I respect that.
What if you told her, I would love a woman to be on my motorcycle, and I have a friend who wants to be on it, and she's a woman. Is it cool, baby? And she's coming with me to go see 32 States, because you won't come.
Oh, if that, man, I'd probably have guitars. I'd have guitars on the lawn. I'd have guitars on the lawn. My amplifiers would be outside.
She's not gonna say it's cool for you to have a female friend. It's not cool for you to have a female friend that doesn't have a motorcycle, that would love to come on the rides with you. That wouldn't be cool.
I don't think that would fly.
How do you get? Because I can't go. I could never do what you do.
You could.
No. I'd have to tell her I want a separation, get mad, and storm out. And how long do you go for these rides?
Like 10 to 14 days.
10 to 14 days. I would have to tell her I want a divorce. I hate you. Whatever.
And then after 14 days, just say I changed my mind. I'm home. Right. But knowing I'd already be dead. You know what I mean? But I can't do what you do. There's no way, you know what I mean? Maybe it's insecurities, maybe there's trust issues, of course, whatever. But it's amazing. At least she's supporting you in other ways. Yeah.
By not being a bitch saying you got to stay home. Or if you don't stay home, I'm burn all your albums.
That'd be sad.
You know what I mean? She is supporting you.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't stand in the way of me having my fun, but at the same time, like, I try to be as open about it as I can.
Right.
You know, like I had her meet like the guys that I go with. She knows most people at the club and at our riding club. We've even had a couple of events like for some more geared towards like family stuff.
Oh, okay. And she's come.
She'll come for that. You know, because a lot of times, like, it's we do like a potluck. Everybody brings something, or some people cook more than others. Of course, I wouldn't want to take that away from
right.
Some people really put a lot of effort and a lot of work in.
And when you introduce her, do you say, "This is my old lady"?
It depends on who it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's not. You see, I keep.
Like if I joke, like people like that know me that ride, like I might joke that like,
that's my old lady. Yeah.
But like people that like aren't into like the motorcycle culture, I wouldn't say it like that.
Oh, okay. But your people, they know what that means.
Yeah.
Because still on the podcast, baby. Yes, baby. Still doing it. What's up? And I'm doing the podcast. Yes, honey. Yes. It's fine. Jesus. All right, can I go? All right. God damn it, man. Jesus Christ.
I get it.
No, I don't. I don't get it.
Just trying to reel you back in from your escape down here.
I don't get it. Yeah, I have no, like, I love her.
Yeah.
But I don't mind not spending time with her.
Well, like we were talking about earlier, you've always been like a more independent person.
Yeah.
Your whole life.
Right.
That's how you grew up. You grew up to be self-sufficient and independent.
Yeah, but I also like my me time a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. That's one thing that I do miss about working second shift.
Yeah.
Is like in the mornings.
Me time, baby.
Oh, it's the best.
All day, baby. I would never leave second shift.
Do you remember that time you asked me to sign up for overtime and I misunderstood you?
It's okay.
And I put first shift and you were freaking out. You're like, I don't want to go.
Any chance I get not to be there, you know? It's,
for sure.
It's It's very, very welcoming. Anytime, and I love being around my family. I love being home. My house is very comfortable.
That's an end to the means. Like, these are the people that matter.
Yeah.
You know,
There's no reason for me to stay away.
yeah.
I could not, as much as the money is great, I cannot spend 5-6 days of 16 hours. I feel I've done it before. I feel alienated.
It beats up your body, and like when you are there for your people that you care about,
Yeah.
You know in your heart that you're not giving them your all.
No.
And if you think too much about it, then you start feeling like a pile of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Because I remember, like, you know, when I was doing more overtime, after doing like 2 or 3 in a row, like that first day off, you're spent. But you still have to be a dad. You still have to make, you know,
Your husband, you still got to do stuff.
Everybody
around the house.
has needs, yeah, and it's that world keeps moving even though you're suffering.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
we need more mental health when it comes on to us.
I think so, and that's and that goes to show, like, you need to have some type of like way to vent. You need to put yourself in environments around like-minded people that know how to escape that environment.
Yeah, because PTSD, we got that like a motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, I'll never forget, like, responding to I think it was a Code Blue and NPOD. It was an incel fight, and I'll never forget seeing a guy with an extension cord pulling it nice and tight around another guy's neck and
trying to garrote that guy to death.
His eyes are starting to pop out. He was spitting up blood. He was unconscious, and that guy was getting out in like 6 months.
Yeah,
the other guy is never going home. So it makes you wonder why this guy doing 6 months tried to hit the other guy over the head with a hot pot.
Yeah,
it didn't work out for him.
Right.
But
the guy that's gonna be there forever try to hit the guy.
No, the guy that has 6 months left hit the other guy when he wasn't looking
with the hot pot.
Yeah.
Why?
And at that point, that guy's like, "Whatever, I'm not going home," and he just tried to take him out.
Try to kill him. So the guy that was getting out in 6 months hit the other guy that wasn't getting out with the hot pot.
Correct.
Did not work out for him.
No.
And the guy that got hit with the hot pot just turned around, got the upper extension cord, strangling this guy to death.
He was leaking from getting hit with the hot pot.
Yeah, but
he had the upper hand. He had that old man power.
Yeah, and he was an older guy too.
Older guy.
And he was strangling this dude to death.
If we didn't get there when we got there, it would have been it for that guy, for sure.
And and I'm telling you, 2 years from now, he's gonna motherfuck you if he's still in prison. Yeah. The guy that we said that you guys said.
He probably overdosed since that happened or something.
I'm pretty sure. And that's the crazy.
He seemed like
part.
the fiendy type, you know.
And you got to remember seeing someone trying to strangle someone to death with a.
You don't see that every day,
cord.
even in the environment that we're in.
Right.
You don't see that like on a daily basis.
No, you don't.
Thankfully.
Right.
Nah, you know, but that one stuck with me. It absolutely stuck with me.
Of course, man.
And the thing is, like, a lot of these fights that we respond to, you know, you're probably gonna laugh, but like, I look at it like hockey. Like 9 fights out of 10, these guys throw like 4 to 6 swings, and then they start huffing and puffing, and they hug each other, just waiting for us to cuff them up. You know, they don't want to fight, but at the same time, they're trying to save face in the block in front of everybody, so they got to do something.
Right.
But you get these 1 out of 10 fights where these guys are playing for keeps, and somebody's going to Yukon, somebody's going to that hospital.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
And you know, a lot of that stuff that happens it's stuck with me. I'm sure to an extent, probably stuck with you too. Even though you were exposed to a lot more as a police officer down there in Jamaica.
No, none of it stuck with me.
No.
Mm-mm. I don't think I remember or care.
I think the only way to really work through it is just to accept that that's not the real.
You got to understand my traumas haven't been coming because I wasn't there just because I became a police officer. My trauma has been there since I was a kid.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
I've experienced very horrible violence as a kid.
Yeah.
So just like these kids that remember Rotten.com and stuff like that, when people used to just scroll through those things, and they do it now too, and they get numb from it. I wouldn't say I'm numb, right? Because then I would be a straight up psychopath or a sociopath.
Yeah.
I'm not numb to it, but it doesn't really faze me that much.
Not at this point, not anymore.
Nah, dude, it's
Because even though this is like a facet of the real world, you almost have to put it in your mind that it's like not the real world.
A guy tried to commit suicide by he did by cutting his wrist on the edge of a friggin' the friggin' bed,
right?
Whatever, right? He did that. He ripped the whole cell was filled with blood.
Yeah,
and I had to take the pictures off the blood and whatnot. You know, I had to step over stuff and take the pictures and all of that.
Somebody's got to do it, right?
It felt which is kind of bad. It felt like I was taking pictures of daffodils or whatever. It didn't. Yeah. It didn't mean anything.
Because you've found a way at this point, due to the trauma that you've been through.
Yeah.
You've found a way to compartmentalize that.
Right.
Not everybody has that ability.
It's just something that just something that is in you, and it's gonna be in you.
Yeah.
Damn. It's God.
We're all over the place. We're getting into heavy stuff.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know. It's this is just one of the things when it comes on to conversations, man.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of the things which I love. We have so much that we can talk about.
Oh, for sure.
And it is great to get to talk about things, to get it out.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? We do this all the time when we have a chance to talk to someone at work, if they'll talk back to us. And this works. Bush, thanks, dude, for coming on.
Absolutely. We'll do this again.
This was fucking fantastic. We barely talked about where you went and shit.
I thought that's what we were going to do, but we'll do that next time. It's cool.
Next time you bring the buddies, man.
Yeah.
We're going to set up a date. Arches National Park.
Do you want us to... That's Badlands right there. That's South
Badlands.
Dakota.
That's the president right there.
No, he's not the president of the club. He's a member with me.
He's a member.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Where is this waterfalls?
That's actually in Connecticut.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. That's that's a motorcycle clothing company. Their motto is "Go fast, don't die."
Oh, that's go fast, don't die.
Yeah.
Is this Connecticut?
No, that's in Indiana right there. We were at a concert.
You guys were able to go to a concert? Which concert was it?
That was Fish. It was the last day they played in Indiana. That's some good people watching.
You saw Fish live?
I've seen them like 7-8 times. I love them.
Get the fuck out, dude. That is awesome. Stuart Copeland is not on Fish, right?
Stuart Copeland was the drummer for the Police.
Police, I know that.
But he was in a band with the guitar player
that's in Fish.
Yeah, the band was called Oysterhead. They had one record come out in I think 2001.
I know. I kind of. I love music too, dude. Oh shit!
So that picture there that you're looking at, that mountain is Mount Evans. So it's no longer called Mount Evans because this fellow Evans was. I don't know if he was like what type of character he was. He was probably like not very nice to Native Americans. They've renamed it Mount Blue Sky.
Oh, okay, because he was an asshole to Native Americans.
I haven't done research yet, but I could imagine he's probably not the nicest guy.
You guys camped out right here?
That spot that you're looking at right there was one of my favorite places I've camped. Where we are right there, that place is called Grand Lake, Colorado. That's right at the entrance to Rocky Mountain National Park.
Okay, that's beautiful. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's a guitar right there.
Oh yeah, I've been playing a long time, and for me it's an escape, especially when when it's not nice out to ride.
You should put more stuff up, dude.
Yeah. You know what? I have a GoPro. I've recorded the last 3 years.
So I'm gonna get all three of you dudes to come talk about stuff, man. This is a Three Amigos.
Yeah.
So it says originally road captain. So he is something.
Well, yeah. In the club that we're in, he was a road captain for a little while. Yeah.
Okay. I like your vests, man. They're dope.
I love it. So like, with the vest, like we were talking about a little bit. I kind of had like. I was going all over the place at first when we started talking about it, but like the scarab, it symbolizes rebirth.
Yeah. And
everybody in the club kind of has like everybody's infatuated with like aliens and the Egyptians. It's all fascinating stuff. I'm sure like other podcasts are out there that talk about that stuff. Got us
every once in a while. Anyone that comes on here has to talk about it a little bit too.
Yeah.
You can't help but talk about it.
Yeah.
We all wonder where we're from,
Oh, for sure, yeah.
and if there's more things out there.
There's got to be, right? I wouldn't dwell on it or talk about it all the time, but
honestly, to me, I feel like we cannot leave Earth.
probably not.
You know what I mean?
Maybe they'll get to a point where they could do that, but I know right now it's not looking good.
I don't think we'll get to any point where
Not
we
not
could.
in our lifetimes.
Not in ever a lifetime, because unless you're gonna genetically modify human beings, okay, we're built for this gravity,
Right.
right? We're built for this environment,
This atmosphere.
this atmosphere, everything. We're built for this.
Oh, for sure.
We're not built for Mars.
No, well, wasn't there was that one astronaut that was in outer space for a year? He lost all his muscle mass, his bone density. I forgot the guy's name.
Yeah, I don't. I know it's some Russian guy.
Yeah, he was in rough shape for a while.
Because we're not supposed to be out there.
No, that's like living underwater for a month. That's not good for you either.
No, it's water to me reacts like space.
Yeah, the pressure's just not. I mean,
You know what I
bodies
mean?
aren't designed for that.
But have you ever seen the series Expanse? The Expanse.
No, but I'll write that down. I gotta check it out.
I think everyone should watch The Expanse. If you're into science fiction, and if you're into science fiction that uses real physics,
I could appreciate that.
The Expanse is perfect.
The Expanse. Okay.
Believe me, it's on Prime. You could get all the seasons. You could binge. But I say take it in slowly, because one of the best written sci-fi series. It was, of course, a book before it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It was books before it became the series.
Yeah.
But for the where they went into the physics of how we would be, because Mars terraformed, people started to live on Mars, but it wasn't about the people that first started to live on Mars. It was the people that born on Mars,
Right.
and were real Martians.
Yeah.
So the ones that were born on Mars, they adapted to everything on Mars.
I get it.
Right? You know, the Kuiper Belt.
Yes.
You know, that's so there's the asteroid belt. There's people out there that were mining. I wouldn't say the asteroid belt. They were mining somewhere where there was water. I think the one that has the two moons that might be habitable.
Okay.
It's not Uranus. It's not Jupiter. It's not Venus. But whatever. But you have those people that were living out in space, and they were living in space stations, and
Way out, yeah.
and they mine water, and they send water back to Earth and stuff like that. These people, because for generations for them to be out there, their limbs became longer. You know what I mean? They became taller and length like string beans.
They didn't need the muscle density to do the tasks that normal humans do.
Right. So if they came to Earth, they wouldn't survive.
No. Yeah.
The gravity alone would kill
They
them.
look like a scarecrow.
Yeah. The gravity would kill them.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
The thing that keep us on the ground would put so much pressure on them that they would die.
Yeah.
So it's painful for them. They have to be in like a suit
Right.
or something. We were made. I just have the hypothesis that we were made to be here, stay here. That's how it's done. We have certain radiation fields that surrounds the Earth that even burns up things coming in.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild how sometimes stuff sneaks on through. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Like
funny.
an asteroid here or there.
That's funny how it seeks on through.
Yeah.
But re-entry burns up everything. Going up burns up everything.
Yeah.
It was so difficult to get a missile to go through the Earth's atmosphere and exit Earth.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
We've seen a lot of missiles blowing up, trying. They've been trying.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm not a scientist.
No.
or nothing. In my head, I'm just a layman that's going to choose what I see. Just, this is what I come up with. I'm like, we're on a planet which shows that we are protected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are protected from things coming in, and we're protected from things going out.
Seems like it.
So you cannot go out. You can't get out of that radiation field.
So it makes you wonder, like, what's the end game? Like, what is like your existence here, my existence here? What is the end game in all this? Like, do we serve some type of a purpose? And sometimes I go back and forth. Like, sometimes I feel like I do.
Yeah.
And then other times, like, when I'm out there in Colorado and I'm standing next to a mountain that's 14,000 feet high.
So massive.
I just accept that I'm like a grain of sand.
Imagine our place in the universe.
I'm literally nothing.
Imagine our place in the universe. Yeah. But all the seeking that we've been seeking, we haven't seen any more humanoids. We haven't seen anybody.
No.
We haven't seen anything that would say. And everything that they say that might be going on, we don't really see it.
Because there's a good chance that if there was something like that going on, they're going to be so far away, so far ahead of us, like technology wise, and intellectually, that they're going to have ways, to prevent us from seeing it.
I know we're a curious bunch, but why do we want it? Why are we seeking that out?
And that's like the way I look at it too. Like, why don't we just take ownership over what we can control here,
right,
and make it better?
And make it better than seeking things out there.
Yeah,
like we know space travel. Yeah, leaving the solar system. Yes, it's possible with certain things, but
I think they'll figure it out eventually, like how to move it, like the speed of light or whatever. But
dude, it's going
to take some time.
If I was in charge, I would have got rid of NASA a long time ago.
Yeah. It's a lot of money you're sacking away for that stuff.
Yeah, dude, I would have gotten rid of NASA a long time ago. Yeah. The engineers and the scientists that I'm getting to be ready is to take care of this.
Like the only thing I really could take away from that is I'm just wondering, like, with all of their experiments that they do and all of their technology they come up with, why can't they utilize some of that technology here to make people's lives better here?
Yeah, because they get billions of dollars and they put it into a telescope that could see planets trillions of light years away, which we will never reach.
That doesn't help my life at all.
It's not doing shit.
And by the time... that they could do that, we're both going to be a pile of dust.
Yeah, dude. And I say...
Even 300 years from now, 500 years from now, they're not going to be able to do it, I don't think.
20 years from now.
Like, I'm rooting for them to do it, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Dude, what I'm saying is we need to put money and support the things that's going to benefit Earth.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like an idiot, but from what I know is we still don't know what's really down in our oceans.
Oh no!
Right? We're not even able to go to depths that like the Mariana Trench is so deep, like
it's deeper than Mount Everest.
And there are certain creatures. They even found creatures that don't need the sun.
Yeah.
To survive.
It's pretty wild. That's how deep they are.
Because they always associate the sun with life. You know what I mean?
Sun brings life to almost everything here.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there are certain creatures that don't need it, that have survived and evolved without the sun. They were using the thermal pressure that's in Earth with the heat and whatever.
A couple of them live in Peapod, I think.
Yo, this was awesome, dude. Thanks for keeping my company, man.
Anytime.
Thanks for joining.
I'm a chatty Cathy. I go all night.
Hey, dude, I know, man.
I don't even know what time it is. It's got to be 10 o'clock.
Dude, it's almost 11.
Yeah.
It's 11:08. All right, guys. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Big Bush. Thanks for coming out, dude.
Thanks for having me.
I love it. I can't wait for the three amigos. I gotta pee. All right, guys. All right. Take care and goodbye. Live your life.